Tuesday. They play tomorrow against the Golden State Warriors. Manuch went on a serious rant the last couple days on the officiating.
I feel better now.
Yeah, and I'm glad. But the thing that I found interesting, and I pointed it out to him, was the officiating is bad everywhere. So when Kempton comes on, I'm going to ask him the question: when did the NBA officiating go south?
And, well, it's
Because
interesting.
people didn't really. They griped about calls
Sure.
that were. You had that, but not like it is today. But
Well, you've been covering NBA
Forever.
for many, many, many years. I just think we saw more consistency back in the day. Now, Tim, when you listen to him on the broadcast, he and John, he's not bashful whatsoever.
No, he'll let you have.
There's a couple times I thought he's going to come out of his chair and go confront the officials on some of the bad calls. And then when you go home and you watch replay of those calls, they are bad calls.
Yeah.
I just feel one of the things I've heard from a couple of people, the NBA, guys are bigger, stronger, faster.
Right.
Back in the day, you could be more aggressive. You could hand check a guy.
That's right.
It's almost as if the officiating was better when it was more physical versus now, when if you breathe on a guy, you're going to call a foul. Excuse me. If you breathe on LeBron James,
Stop.
they're going to call a foul on you.
Stop. It's happening to every team.
But you're right. It just seemed like when they were more physical,
yes.
the game was called more fairly. You understood
Seemed
the call.
like it did.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
And I watch it. It's interesting watching highlights every night on SportsCenter. There's a couple games you watch.
Right.
There's so many non-calls that become calls. And you know what? As long as you're consistent with the first call in the first quarter,
Yeah.
in the fourth quarter, I think folks would be happy. And I just think some of these are just so egregious. You go, well, where'd that come from?
Right.
And even with some of the coaches,
Yes.
we had the Houston coaches rant yesterday.
Oh, Ime Udoka.
And he I thought politely,
It was well crafted.
he was
really
very polite.
He said
And the hammering.
He said the crew chief official was starstruck. Yeah, that was great.
Well, I think that's when he caught the guy if he asked him for his autograph or something like that. No, I think that overall it's just going to be that way. You just got to hope that it's fair on both ends of the court. And we're just, when Tim comes on, I'm sure he'll explode.
Oh, I bet he will.
So just to pay attention, 1:30, Tim Kempton, the radio analyst for your Phoenix Suns.
Looking forward to that. The Cardinals now are preparing for the Atlanta Falcons, a team that is out of the playoffs.
Eliminated.
The Cardinals have been eliminated since September. At least that's what it feels like, even though that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
It feels like that.
You know what? You realize that the Cardinals are 8 games behind first place.
That is, I looked at that. I could not believe what I was seeing.
I see that. I go 8 games behind the LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. You go, wait a second. There's still 3 games to go. And you're right, Jimmy. It seems like they've been out of it forever. They've lost 11 out of the last 12, the last 6 in a row. Since the last 7 games of last year, they've lost the last 16 out of 21. I mean, they've given up 40 points or more in 4 of the last 6 games. I mean, this thing is just
It's run off the track.
Yeah,
it really has.
in fact, you go to the NFL, on ESPN, and you go to the NFL homepage, and there's Jonathan Gannon talking about rules of factoring cards woeful tackling. So he must be listening to Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, because I went off on that
You
Monday,
did.
yesterday,
Yep.
and we saw some matadors in the secondary for the Cardinals. Olay, and they're just trying to tackle with your shoulder and not wrapping up with your arm. Hey, Rook, let's wrap up out there. You're a big dude out of Michigan out there, big fella. Let's wrap up. Let's show that we belong in the NFL, because these running backs, these receivers, and especially tight ends, they will run right through you when they try to get that extra yardage. So it's interesting that is the headline that Jonathan Gannon calling out his defense from lack of tackling.
Should have been calling them out at the end of September, to be honest with you. It's way too late. That ship has obviously sailed.
Yeah.
I just want to see this coming Sunday, because we saw Atlanta go into Tampa Bay, trail by 14 in the fourth quarter, and rally Manuch and come back to win and they were celebrating like they had just won a title.
So we're on vacation right down there in Cabo. I had a great time, and they've got a lot of the establishments, the nice bars to go after dinner.
The sports channel.
Yeah, they've got their on here. And to your point, I'm seeing how Tampa Bay was just crushing it.
Yeah.
So I'm looking and paying attention. So we're walking out after a drink. Next thing I know, I look, and Atlanta's back in the game.
Yeah.
How did that happen? But it can happen when you have a veteran quarterback, Kirk Cousins,
Right.
decent receiving team. You get a break here and there. You get lack of tackling. You get a lack of fundamentals start to break down. And quite frankly, it looked as though Tampa Bay just kind of took their foot off the gas.
I'm with you on that 100%.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
You really do. And when you talk about it, and the gist of Gannon's article is that, he's displeasure with the tackling,
Right.
but he's not happy with the collective bargaining agreement because of lack of tackling practice. Well, it's interesting because I talked to a lot of coaches, college, not so much pro. When you're the National Football League, you should know how to tackle.
I agree.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
You did. Now, I think what he's getting at is that, hey, look, we'd like to work on our tackling. We want to remain aggressive, but due to the new CBA, it's hard. There's really no contact. Well, you know what? When I was at Buffalo, the only time we hit was in a scrimmage or preseason.
Okay.
We never hit during the week. We did a lot of thud.
Yeah.
But when I watched the defense and the defensive backs, they would do a lot of form tackling. They worked on their form tackling with the bags, the big bags, the big dummies.
Yeah.
That they worked on that so that you were staying sharp. And I know what Jonathan means, but tackling drills, I get it. You got the dummies, you got guys that can hold the big bag. There's things that you can do, but you're a professional linebacker and cornerback and lineman.
All right.
That should be second nature to you as a pro in the National Football League.
Answer me this then, football, Brett. How come you don't hear the Rams, the Seahawks, the 49ers, the Bears, teams that are winning, complaining about this? Why is it the losing team?
Because that's because their mentality of if you got to rely on tackling drills to tackle some of the National Football League, that's a losing team. Because the Rams, all those guys, when you watch them, I mean, did you watch the Texans?
Yes, I did.
They would wrap up. They gave up passing yards, but did you see how aggressive those the secondary, the defensive backs were? I mean, you looked at those guys. They were collaring receivers down. They were wrapping up. I mean, you shouldn't have to practice tackling in the National Football. You can do your form tackling,
right? Yeah.
You don't have to hit anybody or thud or whatever. But when I see that, I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
But to your point, all the winners, they go out of tackle, out of form tackle. You never really saw Michael Parsons miss tackle, did you?
No, not really. No.
So a lot of these guys, they get their hands on you, they will take you down.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm just it's interesting.
So it's sour grapes.
You know what? It's one of those. Well, we have practice tackling. Why do you practice tackling? I get it. But just do form. You don't have to hit anybody.
Yeah.
Or you can you do that. You go underneath the guy, put your shoulder into him, and wrap up. So when I see that, I'm like, come on, Jonathan. You got pros. You watch all the other guys in the National Football League that are winning. They're making the tackle and getting guys to the ground.
All right, everybody. Coming up, it is our Learner and Roll replay, rewind as we continue here at Venezia's in Tempe. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620 98.7 FM HD2, and always streaming on Arizona Sports App.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Right Toyota, just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard, and always online at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out righttoyota.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is not enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Laura Rowe today. 977-1900.
This holiday season, Backyard Desert Ridge is the place to celebrate. Bring the family. Santa stops by December 13th and 20th from 3 to 5 with cookies, cheer, and photo ops. Still shopping? Grab a Backyard gift card and enjoy our holiday specials, the perfect stocking stuffer. While you're here, enjoy elevated bar favorites, handcrafted cocktails, and over 40 beer options. Catch every game on more than 50 HD TVs and 4 massive LED walls. Backyard Desert Ridge has the holiday spirit turned all the way up. Follow us on socials and make Backyard your Christmas hangout.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good, healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
Hey, y'all, I'm Kelly Clarkson. Every American dreams of creating a better life for his or her family, but in some communities, those dreams face difficult challenges. When we come together to help those in need get the same opportunities as everyone else, we truly are making our country a better place to live for all of us. So look for volunteer opportunities in your community to help others achieve the American dream, all right? This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Now it's time for our replay rewind. The top sounds of the night and whatever Rock decides to add. Let's get to it in replay rewind with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620 and on FM at 98.7 HD2.
Dribble it out. The New York Knicks are NBA Cup champions.
WWE some coach. Look at this.
This is incredible. You know who the true MVP is, Ian? Adam Silver in the NBA office for the coming up with this idea of the NBA Cup. Thank you to Prime Network for that. Look,
What did he say?
Manuch just trashed it totally the last few days we've been on the show. You had guys celebrating from the New York Knicks. I watched the game.
God.
It was a terrific game to watch.
Well, I saw the highlights. I'm like, okay, it's just an NBA game. You got to thank Adam Silver. Man, this meant a whole hell of a lot.
It did.
Yeah.
Let me just reference this. Each player got over $500,000.
That's why it meant a lot to them.
It meant a lot to them.
To the NBA fans, it was like,
Yes.
oh my gosh, it's
So-
just another game.
So I found it interesting because you had talking heads on television saying, I don't like it. I don't even want to mess with it. It's just a game. Don't even hang a banner. It's nothing to it. Then you had other people, like what you just heard, elated that they had won the NBA Cup.
Look, they're just catering to Adam Silver.
So
that's all they're doing.
Then I saw a couple of local tweets on X, and the people that were tweeting out just saying, oh, who cares? No big deal. All right, Manuch, Suns boy, put on your Suns hat. If the Suns were in the NBA Cup Finals and won, would you be a little more giddy on the show because you're a fan?
I think it's ridiculous.
Oh, stop it.
This thing,
Stop it.
it's another game as far as fans are concerned. It's a game. NBA Cup final
Yeah.
before Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your participation trophy.
Oh.
What do you get? A blue ribbon if you win. You get a red ribbon
No,
if
you
you're
get over
second.
500,000.
Well, for the players.
No, the staff gets it too.
Okay, but it means absolutely nothing.
What do you
If this
mean?
is at the
Wait.
end of the year,
What? It counts in the standing.
okay, good.
It counts in the standing.
That's all I would care about.
Okay.
Did you win or lose? That's
Okay.
all
Well-
it is to me. Is matter of fact, you kind of go, okay, he's Adam Silver's creating a little competition.
Yeah.
You got these pretty colored floors.
Yeah.
You got your broadcasters
Uh-huh.
catering to the. Oh my gosh, Adam Silver! What a great! It's nothing for me as a fan. Okay, who won? The next one. Okay, big deal. Move on. What does that mean?
No, I'm saying to you, if the Suns
That
had
wouldn't make a
been
difference
there,
to me. I would.
yes, it would.
It's a game.
You'd be on the
No,
show
I wouldn't.
today going, do you see how well the Suns are playing right now?
My
That team is
If-
really on a
if
roll. I
they-
can hear you.
here's it. If the Suns won, we talk about the way they won, not the Cup championship. Please. What do we need to do? Right around Easter time, have an Easter
Yeah,
tournament?
we'll have an Easter egg hunt.
Whatever.
All right, here's Josh Hart with the steal. Once again, all of these highlights. Thank you to Prime Video.
Hart moving a little funky. Fox blocked by Hart. Fox couldn't grab it. Who wants it? Towns and the Knicks. 5-point lead. Brunson shakes him off. Swings for Hart. 5 to shoot. Hart gonna do it himself. Josh Hart connects from long range.
All right, so there's some excitement there. Let us go to Wimpy, okay? He's back playing. He went through a stretch where he just couldn't miss. Listen to this.
The Knicks doing what they do, man. They're never out of it. They have that Knicks intensity.
Wembanyama out of this world. And a takeaway by Champagny. Bridges tries to stick with him. Champagny, no. And it's caught by Castle. Wembanyama blanketing the rim. Castle.
Oh, great
For
screen.
Harper. Rejected by Robinson. Right to Champagny. Wembanyama again. Yes, sir. Just over minutes ago in the third. Catch way outside. Wembanyama.
It's pretty.
He's got it again. He's on a heater.
He's on a heater, Manuch. I mean, didn't that bring you off your chair?
No, not at all whatsoever. An NBA game. It's a good NBA game to watch, and that's about it.
It was a good game.
It was a good game to
Very
watch.
competitive.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, whether it was an NBA Cup or for me,
Yeah.
it's just an NBA game to watch and watch some of the stars playing and how well they play. I mean, that's the only thing I even looked at. Kind of like, okay, you want to cut down the motivation for players is that $500,000.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a shame you got to motivate these guys to show up playing this thing and have to play. I bet half the players, if this was just for the good of the game, oh my gosh, could you imagine that? Players playing for the good of the game with no money on the line just to have a midseason tournament, they wouldn't want this. They'd shoot that down in a heartbeat.
Well, they do get to hang out in Las Vegas for several days, so that's always a plus. Let's get down to Brunson. He was named the MVP of the Cup title game. Here he is.
A game like this, an environment like this, you don't really see around the NBA too often. And so we got to take advantage of the experience that we got here. I mean, those guys will. And but I think most importantly from all of us is that the way we stuck together, through, like I said, being down 10 in the third, and then them kind of controlling the game throughout the game, and us just finding a way, and now going on that run in the fourth with the help of our bench, and it was big time. And the way they played, like I said, was there's a reason I said that first before I said anything else, because without them, we don't win this game.
It's such a faux trophy. It's such a faux thing.
So what?
He should have said, but more importantly, the reason why we're playing is because since we won this whole thing, we're going to each get $500,000.
Yeah,
That's
they said that it's a money deal.
It's okay. It's phony.
Okay.
Go to the guy that knows what the hell he's talking
All
about,
right.
would you please?
All right, I will, because he is right in your corner.
Yes.
Charles Barkley, he was on the Tom Tolbert show. Here's what he had to say about the NBA Cup.
I think the cup thing is somewhat embarrassing. I'm disappointed in my players. Number one, God bless them for making money, okay? I'm disappointed that we have to make in-season tournament to make these guys more money so they won't do load management. So to have to pay these guys extra money to make them play up game, they should play basketball. They're well compensated to play basketball. To do an in-season tournament to make them extra money, come on, man. That's a little bit ridiculous.
Hallelujah. Amen. And to the Raptors,
You know why he
Charles
said
Barkley.
that? You know why he said that? Because they didn't do that when he was playing, so he could make extra money.
They did
That's
it.
why he said
They-
that.
No, it's embarrassing. It is totally embarrassing. Adam Silver to do exactly what he said. You know what? Then I would say, if you want to really make this the real deal, the players are really bought in, then I'd say every one of them donate their $500,000 check to a charity of their choice.
Several of them said they were going
That's
to do
great.
that.
I want to do that. But to have to do this with load management and to get these guys engaged, are you kidding me? Hallelujah, Charles. Somebody tell it like it is. Besides Manuch.
Replay Rewind presented by our great partnership with Lerner and Roc. Interact. Need a check? Just make one call. That's 602-977-1900. Always at lernerrow.com. And remember, you get a free consultation. That's Lerner and Row. One call, that's all. 602-977-1900. All right, so the Suns off today, back on the hardwood tomorrow. Golden State Warriors, the opposition. Coming up, Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton will be our guest. But right now, let's get to an ESPN 620 Sports Center update.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The Arizona Wildcats men's basketball team stayed perfect, improving to 10-0 with a convincing win over Abilene Christian as Tommy Lloyd's squad continues its strong non-conference run. In baseball, the Diamondbacks are reportedly kicking the tires on free agent third baseman Alex Bregman, according to USA Today's Bob Nightingale and MLB Network's John Heyman. And Arizona explores looking their offense adding to it this offseason. This update is brought to you by StretchLab. At StretchLab, they help everybody move better, feel better, and live better with their one-on-one sessions customized just for you. Their December special includes a 50-minute stretch with a free pair of grip socks for $50, first-timers only. Get the gift of mobility, flexibility with StretchLab gift certificates, and it's the perfect holiday gift. To find a location near you, visit StretchLab.com. That's StretchLab.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
At StretchLab, it's not just athletes getting better. It's everyday people moving and feeling their best. Each one-on-one session is customized to you, guided by certified flexologists who help improve mobility, flexibility, and recovery. Whether you're chasing touchdowns or chasing the kids, StretchLab keeps you loose.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
Pima JTED doesn't just work for students, it works for all of Arizona. Hands-on training, real-world skills, high school students become job-ready, and Arizona businesses get the talent they need to thrive. Without a skilled workforce, Arizona can't grow. But with Pima JTED graduates, our entire economy prospers. Join the businesses already investing in Arizona's future. Learn more at PimaJTED.org. That's PEMAJTED.org. This message is sponsored by Potoff Private Philanthropy.
Every day in Arizona, drivers and pedestrians share the road. Always watch out for pedestrians, even when you have the right of way. Make sure to follow the speed limit. Just a few extra miles per hour can mean the difference between life and death. Keep your eyes on the road at all times, not your phone. And never block or park in crosswalks. It's dangerous. Visit gohs.az.gov for more information. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
When driving in Arizona, move over or slow down for any flashing lights. Move over for tow truck drivers, highway crews, and emergency responders. Move over for any vehicle with its hazards flashing. Because at 65 miles per hour, a vehicle travels over 95 feet in 1 second. 1 second that could change everything. When you move over for anyone, you're not just doing it for them, you're doing it for their families. Their lives are flashing before your eyes. Move over, Arizona. Every vehicle, every time. It's the law. Please visit moveoveraz.org. This message is brought to you by ADOT and this station.
Now back to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Now on ESPN 620.
Now his pass nearly knocked away by Gillespie, but it gets back to Marcus Smart. It penetrates into the forecourt. Goes strong. Blocked by Ryan Dunn. Taken by Booker. Shot clock's off. Suns. Booker pulls up for a three. Missed it off the back iron, but got his own miss. Over to Dylan Brooks for three. Ball to his side. Brooks puts this up ahead by one. 114. 113 with 12 seconds to go. Are you kidding me tonight? Thank you to Arizona Sports for the highlight. Dylan the villain, who then got himself kicked out of the game. That brings us to Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton. And we always enjoy Timmy coming on the show. He's always great commentary, and I'm sure today
He tells it like it is.
he does.
Jimmy
I'm
B.
sure that it won't be any different. So I just want to make sure that you're out of the hospital and your heart is okay after screaming about the crazy officiating in that game. Are you okay, Timmy?
Yeah, it is getting crazy. I mean, the next night, is that music playing on my end or your end? Can you guys hear me?
We don't hear any music, so has to be something with you going
You in
on.
you got a
Okay,
sports
all
bar?
right.
You're not at Vanessa? Is that it?
I thought you were pumping in some music on me. No, first and foremost, a frustrating game. Hime Udoka paid my fine the next night when he went off on the officials in their overtime loss to the Denver Nuggets. It's just becoming so obvious and blatant. I guess the NBA looks at it like, like they always say, any coverage is good coverage. And right now there's a lot of people out there blasting the NBA for the poor officiating. Here's my take on it. The NBA wants the best guys in the world. Well, why don't they want it for them? They want everybody else to do it. There's no accountability with the NBA in regards to how games are officiated, how they say there's transparency with talking about it afterwards, getting better. It's getting worse, and it's not fair to the players. It's not fair to the fans, and it's not fair to the betting public since they've introduced that and played that. Just for a simple fact. You guys know what the point spread was the other night in the Lakers Phoenix Suns game?
I'm going to say Lakers 5.5.
Lakers 1.5. What they wind up winning by after the free throws in the last
2 points.
2 points.
That's not me. That's people that talk about it to me after the fact. I did not know that going into the game. Someone told me after. So yeah, I don't think it's fair to the fans. I don't think it's fair to the betting public, and it sure isn't fair to the players. They want these guys to show up every night, play 82 games. It's just an abomination what LeBron and James got away with. Any other player gets ejected and suspended for multiple games for grabbing official, not once, not twice.
Yes.
And yelling at him and berating him in that situation. So that was frustrating. The other frustrating part was the Phoenix Suns giving up so many offensive rebounds and just not playing with that. Listen, I can live with missed shots. But the other night, the Suns, they were up and down with their effort when they played with speed, when they played with intensity, when they got paint touches and got downhill. Everything was fine. But then there was spurts in the game where everything was outside the three-point line, and they were back on their heels. They were lethargic, and that was the point that really frustrated me. I even said in the middle of the game, I said the Suns are going to be really disappointed with themselves when they look at film if they happen to lose this game by a couple of possessions because of the so many possessions that they didn't play hard in throughout the middle of the game.
All right, here's my follow-up question then, and that is, you played the game, now you're broadcasting the game. Is there a moment in time that you can remember where officiating changed and now it is where it is today if it wasn't like this back in your day?
Oh, yeah. With this whole idea of player safety is been a huge part of it. Saying, because if you look at the way we played, part of that was self-officiating. If a guy hits you, you hit him back, over and done with. Today, everything is reactionary. I'm going to went on it, but, old man talking in the room, I talk about it all the time if you listen on the broadcast. Darryl Garrison, he had the whistle in his hand. He was talking to you throughout the game. So the game had more flow to it because they were officiating without the whistle. You don't have to stop the game to officiate the play. And these guys are just reactionary. The whistle is like in their mouth like a baby's pacifier. And they just react to everything. Darryl Garrison, get out of the lane, knock it off. Kempton, too much contact on that play. Knock it off. Next time I'm calling it. So he officiated the game. There was more flow, and the games were better off for it. So as soon as they told the officials to use a pacifier instead of a whistle, stop communicating with the players, and the player safety, because they've gone too far with player safety. Let's face it, these guys are big, strong human beings. The player safety. I get it. I understand it. Then if they're so keen on player safety, why do we have back-to-backs at all? If they're keen on player safety, why are we flying from Portland to anywhere and having to play the next night? Because you get into the closest place you get into at 3:30 in the morning, you have to get up the next day and play a game. It's all a charade with the NBA because, listen, I've said it before, it's about making money. It's not about true competition. How can we make the most money for these owners in this timely fashion?
Tim, and it is. I'm glad you pointed out that the Lakers had 24 offensive rebounds. Suns had the 19 turnovers. Great run, but and what I talked Jimmy in our opening in the last couple of days, it seemed to me, with Jimmy and I wanted to ask you that question, is you nailed it. You said when they took the physicality out of the NBA for whatever reason, to be softer, safer, whatever.
Can I say something here? Physicality from a standpoint of body-body contact. There's more physicality with hands and pushing and shoving now than there ever was. I'm talking about chest bumping, forearm, because if you put a hand on a guy's hip, you can control him a little bit. Sure. If you put a forearm on someone, the offensive player can use that to spin off of. So it's two totally different points of physicality that I'm talking about here.
Right. And the other thing, too, is when the 2-minute report came out yesterday, talk about insulting our intelligence, and it's almost like a cover-up. To your point, it's like, folks, we know exactly LeBron gets away with it. Those were fouls. And you want to tell us what you saw we didn't see? That's the other part of this, is this 2-minute recap from the NBA. Nothing to see here. If they didn't see it, even though they reviewed it, then I guess everything's okay.
Yeah, and here's the thing. All they talk about are the whistles. They don't talk about the whistles that don't happen. In that last 2-minute report, you didn't hear anything spoken about in regards to the play of LeBron James grabbing the official twice. That's what the public wants to know. Not that you blew a whistle and the call was correct or incorrect. We want the plays that you don't call that should have been called.
Yeah, and that's the thing. When you watch that game, you saw him grab that official. I thought that was automatic. It's just like that guy was like LeBron was his hero or something. How dare he?
What exactly. Udoka
Yeah,
said.
they throw it. All that being said, you got to give the Suns credit coming back down by 20 to get back into this game. And if you stepped away for like 3 minutes, Tim, you're like, okay, so how did that happen? But I guess you got to give him credit on that side. But those are things you can't allow in order to have to make that kind of a run at the end of the game, I would think.
Yeah, that's my frustration with this team because they're capable of doing it. If they did that in the second and third quarter, they would have been up by 20, and the Lakers would have folded 10th and gone home. So that's the frustration you see with this team. We know you can do it. You just showed us you can do it. It's in there. How about the first 36 minutes you do it, and you can take off the 12 minutes? Because if you take off 12 minutes in the middle of the game, you're going to get behind. Don't sit on the bench when you got a 20-point lead and relax the last 8 minutes of the game.
Tim Kempton is our guest on the Right Toyota guest line. Okay, so that's in the record books. It's done and gone. Warriors, back-to-back. It's not really back-to-back. There's a day in between, but it's a back-to-back series. How do you see this matchup now against Golden State?
Yeah, the whole thing with Golden State is predicated on their movement. Listen, they're very good at movement. They want to play at a higher pace. So again, it comes down to the little things. You have to take care of the ball because loose ball turnovers lead to easy buckets for Golden State. You have to rebound the ball. They're a good shooting team. They're not only a great shooting team, but they take a lot of deep shots. That means there's going to be a lot of long rebounds. If you give them 2 and 3 looks at a three-pointer every possession, especially after a missed three, because offensive rebounds, not only does the team get another possession, but you're usually out of position. So that the next shot is even a better shot off an offensive rebound, an uncovered player, whether it be mid-range, whether it be from the three-point line. So for them, you have to take care of the ball. They get a little sloppy with it. So pressure them and don't have that parade to the free throw line the other night. That was another thing that was kind of ridiculous that you didn't even touch on, but it is what it is. They've got to stop fouling in certain situations and do the little things. Rebound, and don't turn it over, and play with that intensity that you're really good at. The best version of you is when you play with speed and movement and intensity yourself.
You didn't want to go down that road that the Lakers had 43 free throws and the Suns only had 25.
You already got my blood pressure up.
Hey, just real quick, if there's any slowing down Steph Curry or his game is slowed down, has it? And if there is, what part of it is did you think that he slowed down, if at all?
No, I don't think so. You know, his whole game is predicated on movement. I love the way he gets the ball up, runs up 2 or 3 screens, and is ready to score when he catches it. He's still a phenomenal player. I don't think if he slowed down, show it to me. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hey, when you mentioned parade, I knew you were talking about that free throw line. Yeah. So anyway, well, hey, we appreciate it. Next week we'll be off. Merry Christmas to you. Happy holidays. Didn't mean to get that Irish blood all fired up in you and whatnot, but we appreciate you and thank you so much. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, to you and all your listeners out there, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Enjoy it. Love on your family. Have a great time.
Thank you, Timmy. Have a great day and a great call again tomorrow night. Tim Kempton, everybody. You can hear him on Arizona Sports. That is the Suns Radio Network. He's presented today by Backyard at Desert Ridge. It's your home for Suns watch parties, ice cold drinks, and wall-to-wall game day energy. You can catch every Suns moment on the massive LED walls and more than 50 high-definition televisions. It's great food, it's great vibes, and always the best seat in the house. It's Backyard Desert Ridge, where Sun Spirit shines every night. Come for the game. Stay for the Backyard vibe. Suns and Warriors tomorrow night. You can hang out at Backyard at Desert Ridge. When we come back, we'll do On This Day and some football in 50. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B hanging out today at Venezia's Pizzeria here on the corner of Southern and Mill.
The season of giving starts with getting, because Twin Peaks just launched their holiday bonus card event. Buy a gift card for someone on your list, and we'll hook you up with a bonus card just for you. Because giving feels great, but getting rewarded for it, even better. Share the gift of crave-worthy food, ice-cold 29-degree beer, and good times at Twin Peaks. And treat yourself while you're at it. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. Twin Peaks with 5 Valley locations. Bonus cards redeemable January 1st through 31st, 2026. Participating locations only.
Attention golf lovers and putting enthusiasts. Are you ready to elevate your game? At Putting World, we've got cutting-edge technology that'll have you sinking putts like a pro. With high-tech simulators and expert coaches, you'll be on your way to mastering that tricky 6-footer in no time. Check us out at puttingworld.com. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a newbie who thinks a hole-in-one is just a fancy donut, there's a place for you at Putting World. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net, personal, reliable, and supportive. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with the personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance, service you can count on.
Parents, we need to talk about teen violence. It's hurting our kids and our communities. Seeing how violence impacts our kids is heartbreaking. We need to step up.
It affects everyone. So when it comes to teen violence videos, do the right thing. Report it. Don't repost.
The Maricopa County Attorney's Office is committed to keeping our community safe and free from teen violence. Let's work together to report videos of violence instead of reposting them. Together, we can create a safer community.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venezia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venezia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venezia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venezias.com.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoke, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savebythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B want to take you back. A quick reflection on some of the more memorable moments in sports and pop culture. Now, time for your Right Toyota on this day report. Right Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Right Toyota in Scottsdale.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. We roll till 4 o'clock. We're hanging out today at Venezia's Pizza here in Tempe. So let's do a little on this day.
Before we get started, you think Tim Kempton's okay?
Oxygen. The boy needs oxygen. I'll tell you right now.
Fiery Irishman that he is.
Man, he was going.
His blood was boiling. Well, going back to 1983, Wayne Gretzky scores his 800th career point faster than any player in National League history, further cementing the great one as a generational force. You saw him quite a bit.
I did.
Skating, you broadcast any of his games?
I did not. I even saw him when he played in the WHA, the World Hockey Association. And before they merged some of those teams with the NHL, people were talking about Wayne Gretzky. That's why I had to take a look at him.
The thing was, watching him on TV, that's the only way we could watch him. You know, this is all prior to the Coyotes coming into town.
Right.
Yes, people would say, well, if you watch him in person, he's so much faster in person
yes.
than he is watching on TV. Just phenomenal to see that 800th career point faster than any player in the National League history. 2006, the Colts clinch the AFC South on their way to Super Bowl. What would that be? 21?
21.
21. And then basically that was the peak of the Peyton Manning, Tony Dungy era.
Yes.
And where'd Lads go? Who did they beat that Super Bowl, Lads?
Could have been the Chicago Bears.
And the quarterback for the Bears, Rex Grossman. Yeah, Rex
Actually, Manuch, he had a really good season.
He did.
He really did.
Yeah, and Devin Hester,
Yeah.
opening kickoff,
Yeah.
99 yards to the house. And I remember that it was just kind of rainy
Yeah.
in Miami the entire time. 2016, Army defeats Navy 21-17, snapping a 14-game losing streak in the iconic rivalry, one of the most emotional wins in program history. That game 2 weeks ago, Navy came back and won.
Won that game.
What a great play that was at the very end. I thought Army had that one, but Navy came back and snuck it in. Well, on this day is powered by G2G protein bars. You can find them in the refrigerated section at Costco and online at g2gbar.com. Grab and go goodness since 2010. And on sale right now at Costco in the refrigerated section.
All right. You think we're done?
I think we got that.
Because Manuch has been warming up. That's why he just did on this day, because now it's his favorite segment.
Little football 50. All right, Connor, bring it to me.
Here we go.
Well, rap legend Snoop Dogg announced as a halftime performer for the NFL Boxing Day Christmas holiday game. That's the Lions versus the Vikings, streaming globally on Netflix. It's a major platform that they're going to have this.
All right, so my question is, anytime Snoop does something, is he going to have the stripper pole too?
No, he doesn't. If you've seen him perform like a Super Bowl in places like this,
changed that up?
Well, he's a little more mature now, Jimmy B.
I don't know.
He's actually in his mid-50s.
I remember going when they asked him to perform at Kansas, University of Kansas halftime basketball game, and he had the girls on the court. And people in the stands were covering their kids' eyes.
The Bible Belt allowed him to do that at a halftime.
Well, I don't think he told them what he had planned.
Well, I would think that they did. So was that Fog Allen Arena? What is that?
Allen Fieldhouse.
Allen Fieldhouse.
Yeah.
All right, and then Hall of Famer Jerry Rice, Steve Young, tapped as the head coaches for the 2026 Pro Bowl game. Now, that's a pretty good angle, but what they do, it's a flag football game, everybody. They're not breaking the pads and helmets out. Nope. Hell, they barely do that with regular season, let alone something like that. But they'll go ahead and pick the team. So Jerry Rice and Steve Young, that's another great combination that they're going to pass off. A couple up-to-date things going on. Tuau has been benched by the Miami Dolphins. Looks like Quinn Ewers out of Texas is going to start. And that's funny. Somebody wrote, should the Cardinals and Dolphins swap QBs? You brought this up yesterday.
I saw that.
I said no. I said absolutely hell no. Should the Cardinals swap 1-2 out for Kyler Murray? And their salaries are probably similar.
They are, yeah.
I just think that as far as the pocket passer, Tua's a better all-around quarterback. Now, Kyler's more athletic, more escapable, but if Tuau is going to sit,
I think he throws it better too.
I think he does too.
Yeah.
Well, Kyler's got it.
He's got a good.
Well, let me tell you the difference.
Okay.
Kyler's got a stronger arm.
Yes.
But Tuau's a better passer.
Okay.
He's got better touch. He's got more. He layers the ball in there better. And then Kyler's just got a little bit of a stronger arm. Patrick Mahomes. The surgery was successful. They found not only the ACL but the LCL as well. So he's out of the hospital, and he is ready to start rehab right away. Micah Parsons, who had the ACL injury as well, too. Looks like he's going to have that surgery sooner rather than later. And as I mentioned, Tuau is not going to be starting for the Miami Dolphins. They're out of it with 3 games to go. Quinn Ewers is going to be your guy.
All right, let me stop you right there. We saw him play. And we saw him play a dynamite game in the Big 12 championship game and also in the college football playoff when they beat Arizona State. And he had those unbelievable passes which got the Longhorns the victory over the Sun Devils, Manuch. So is he just a really, really good college quarterback, or does he actually have an NFL future?
You got to remember, every quarterback in the National Football League can throw, can play.
Okay.
It's just a matter of how quickly do they process, how quickly have they picked up your offense, How quickly can they get the ball out? And do you have pieces around them? So that's from the mental side, the physical side. Every kid that's in Young Man, that's the National Football League, can play. So it's just a matter of what do you have around him? Do you have a good running game? Do you have good pass protection? How quickly can he see? Can he go A to B to C to D? That's the other piece of that. So from that standpoint, I think what Mike McDaniel wants to see is how quickly can he put all those together. Now, it just doesn't happen. You got to get your reps during the week.
Right.
You got to go out there. It's like, you get that brand new car on the field. How's it going to manipulate through the field, making sure that you can get some of the things done that you want as a head coach? 3 games to go. They're going nowhere fast. You want to see what they have in Quinn Ewers or what they don't have. It's hard to say with 3 games, but if this kid's going to play out the season, they'll get a pretty good feeling of one way or the other what he can and can't do.
Okay.
And last but not least, looks like Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love.
Yes.
Heisman finals declared for the 2026 NFL Draft. He's expected to be a top pick. And the Jets receiver Alan Lazard got released yesterday. He was part of when Aaron Rodgers came, he got a couple of receivers.
One of them was Alan Lazard.
And
he was at Green Bay.
I think the Pittsburgh Steelers might be a new stop for one Alan Lazard. Big guy.
He is. He's legit 6'4", 6'5", weighs about 25. And he can get up in the air. He was a favorite target of Aaron Rodgers when he played at Green Bay. So there you go. A little football at 50 as we continue to roll all the way until 4 o'clock. It's presented by our great association with Twin Peaks. Start your football tailgating at Twin Peaks. Manuch, where are we going to be tomorrow?
We'll be at the Tempe Twin Peaks Manana.
We will see everybody there.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. One of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior like beer. Enjoy responsibly. Caliber 2025 and of Bush Michelob Ultra like this St. Louis, Missouri.
For nearly 25 years, Primavera has helped thousands of Arizona students succeed with an accredited world-class education, tuition-free and right from home. If your child struggles in a traditional school setting, Primavera Online can help. We serve Arizona K-12 students with flexible, personalized learning that fits every student's needs. See how Primavera can help your family today. Don't wait. Enroll now at chooseprimavera.com. That's chooseprimavera.com.
Hey, it's Kevin Rowe from Lerner Rowe, trusted across Arizona for helping injured people after serious car wrecks. And I'm Sean Forrester, managing attorney at Lerner Rowe Law Group. We may sound alike, but Lerner Rowe Law Group is a completely separate firm focused solely on criminal defense. We handle serious felonies, DUIs, and misdemeanors with decades of courtroom experience. If you're facing criminal charges, don't wait. Call Lerner Rowe Law Group now at 602-977-1900.
Lerner Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2Gbar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars. setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports. He's ESPN 620. It's time for this week's American Veterans Magazine report, celebrating and supporting America's veterans. Our veterans are nothing short of heroes, and we're grateful for their devotion to the United States. Now, today's hero on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Welcome back, everybody. We're hanging out today. Venezians in Tempe is where we are located, and we are here until 4 o'clock. This is our favorite segment that we do on the show. It is our AmVets Open. It's presented by American Veterans Magazine, celebrating and supporting Arizona veterans, Arizona's leading source for veterans news, a business directory that includes free listings for veteran-owned businesses, veteran service organizations, and businesses that offer discounts to veterans. And our guest today is Dick Tome. Served 2 years in Vietnam in the Army, 1968 through 1970. And the cool thing about having Dick on the show today, he is a archery champion. And he used that skill in Vietnam for the troops. Dick, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for coming on with us today.
How we doing, Dick?
We're doing good. Good to be here.
Thank you, buddy. So give us a little background when you were in the Army and you were so good at archery, they thought that they should use you to entertain the troops to kind of uplift them a little bit in Vietnam.
Well, I was over there, and I always was listed as a professional archer, and I had my equipment sent over. I was in Cameron Bay, and it was a pretty safe area, so I was able to do some little practicing there. And one of the COs come by one day and said, "Hey, would you do an opening at the USO show that's coming up?" And I says, "Sure, I can do that." So I put together a little show, and every time I did one of those, they give me a phone call home. Back then we didn't have cell phones or any way to call home, and that was a pretty big deal to get to call home and talk to your folks or your wife or whoever, So I was happy to do it whenever they asked.
Dick, it's interesting because I think of what you're doing, what you did, and I think what Roger Staubach did after he did go do his 4 years of service for the Navy, and he went to a camp where he played football. He was basically the quarterback for the football team, and I guess he did the equipment stuff as far as getting equipment out there. How did this go over with the troops as to your point, a distraction, or them having something to kind of rely on, seeing like an archer, one of the top of the nation or the world, distract from what they're doing in that war?
Well, it helped a lot. I mean, where I was, it was a 20-second replacement. So, people coming into the country and people going out of the country, or either coming for their service or going home or going to an R&R or going on leave. And they always had a day or two hanging around the battalion there before they shipped out or took the plane wherever they're going to go. And so hang on a minute. Anyway, so if there was a show going on, they loved it. They thought it was great.
Now I love archery. As a kid and a couple of kids in the neighborhood, we all had 25-pound test bows. We would set boxes up in the backyard and try to aim at the boxes. And
you had the rubber tips on those?
No way.
Real tips.
No real tips. And so I always loved archery. You started at 5 years of age please take us through how you became then such a U.S. national champion. I'm just dying to hear this story.
Well, we moved to Arizona about 1950. I was 5, and there was a old guy, probably in his 40s, but to me he was old. A few houses down from the place we were renting, and he made bows for us kids out of oleander bushes, and then made arrows by using the slats from orange crates, and the feathers were leaves, and he made bows for us to mess around with, and we shot every cactus there was, and that's how it started.
Wow.
You know,
it's interesting, Dick, because you look at your resume and just the prowess you had. I mean, you coached multiple U.S. national championships in men, women, junior, intermediate division. You're in the Archery Hall of Fame inductee.
Yep.
Arizona Bow Hunters Hall of Fame inductee. Is the sport growing nowadays? How are you contributing growing, or is it waning? Because I know in the Olympics, it's still going strong. So where is the sport itself today?
well, it's actually growing. In the United States, it's growing on the bow hunting side, and around the world, it's growing on the target side because they don't have much bow hunting like we do here. So it's still growing.
All right, I've got this question for you, because when we were shooting, all we had was a bow. And now you watch the archery competition in the Olympics, and the bow has all kinds of intricate little pieces to it. Whatever happened to just having a bow, Dick? I want to know.
Didn't the guy from Russia have a pull starter on his bow with kerosene?
Yeah, man.
Well, what happened down through the years, I mean, when I started out, it was the same way. We just had a bow, and stabilizers, which you see on bows now, had not been invented. The bow sights are very rudimentary, and nowadays they have all this modern stuff, if you will. And the Olympic archers are kind of restricted in that they're not allowed to use peep sights, so they're not allowed to use release mechanism. And so it's more of an athletic event for the Olympic style. And then the compound bow came around about 1966, and it's just gone crazy since then. And once the engineers got a hold of it, they've made it so it's fairly easy to shoot, and for the average person. Now, to get as good as some of the top archers, you still have to work at it, but they're allowed to use release mechanisms and all sorts of stuff. So it's changed a lot.
So, Dick, we always talk about how helping other veterans that are out there struggling mentally and physically. Is archery a form of mental healing as well? Do you get a lot of veterans out there that are struggling with PTSD and get them to join and come out and participate to help that along?
Yes, actually, it's really good because it does take a lot of mental work to shoot well with this. I don't know if you're aware, but Charlie Johnson is one of the guys that comes out and shoots with us, and he's 104.
Wow. I saw that in your bio. He's still going strong. I saw you at his 102nd birthday, and he's still pulling that bad boy back to shoot, huh?
Yeah. He was one of the grand marshals at the parade this year, and he got a lot of attention. I guess when you're 104 and still doing that kind of stuff, you're going to get some attention for sure.
I'm with you on that. Okay, so answer me this. When you guys go out and shoot, how many cactuses are you hitting? How many cacti?
Well, we don't do that anymore. It's kind of against law.
Yeah, kind of.
I like to do that.
I understand.
And Dick, I saw some of your photos when you were a young boy. You guys were out hunting javelina. A story, my brother-in-law, they would go out their bow and arrows, their bows, and they would shoot javelina. But just in case They brought a 22 or a gun just in case, they missed and the javelina charge. Well, sure enough, he hit him, and he was out of arrows, I guess, and he charged him. So he pulled out the 22 and took the javelina down. Do you take your 22 out with you in javelina hunting as well?
Absolutely not. No, I've never had that. I've had them run between my legs before, but I've never had them, they're not real aggressive unless you corner them. And then just like any wild animal, they're going to try to get away, and that's what they're doing. So,
how do we have some of the veterans that are out there that want to get involved with archery? How do we have to track you down? Because it sounds like it's growing. It sounds like it'd be a great relief to get their mind off a lot of the issues that they came back with over the years.
Well, it's probably the best way to do it is Papago Park. They have an archery program there run by Kevin Ikegami, and he does all sorts of beginning, intermediate, and advanced. And there also is a veterans program that comes out there 2 or 3 times a month. So probably the best thing you do is get a hold of Kevin there at Papago. And if they go out there any Saturday morning or Sunday morning, they'll find them all there.
Dick, it's great having you on the show. That's some great stories. I love it where you talked about the javelina ran through your legs.
Yeah.
Wow. Hello. Dick, you have a great day. Thank you for your service, and thank you for your time on the show today, pal.
No problem. I enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. That's Dick Tone, everybody. Once again, it is our AmVet segment, and it's always sponsored by American Veterans Magazine, celebrating and supporting Arizona veterans. They are Arizona's leading source for veterans news. They have a business directory that includes free listings for veteran-owned businesses, veteran service organizations, and businesses that offer discounts to veterans. Once again, thank you to Dick Tone for being on the show.
My brother-in-law, Lauren, I'm talking about, is there after the bow, out there javelina hunting.
Yeah.
I think I'm bringing a 22 just in case, because he hit him, and he was. They were up in a ravine,
right?
And they came
after
him, and you pull that bad boy out, took him down with the bow, because they get upset, they charge. We get a lot of javelina in our neighborhood periodically,
okay,
but I'm not pulling no bow and arrow out for sure. They are big, and they can be pretty nasty
sometimes.
But I mean, running between your legs.
I thought that was great. I had to run between.
Buyer beware.
What?
Woo! Okay.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to dive into the Suns and what they have going on beginning tomorrow night with the Warriors. We're hanging out today at Venezia's Pizzeria here in Tempe. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2.
When it comes to sushi, reputation matters, and Sushi Brokers Arcadia has built theirs on being the best sushi in Arizona. From traditional rolls to bold fusion creations, like our crowd favorite, Seafood Dynamite, and the must-try sushi pizza. We've got something for everyone. Our famous happy hour is every day from 3 to 6:30 with fresh favorites like the California roll, spicy tuna roll, and the surf and turf roll, topped with seared steak. Sushi Brokers Arcadia, 44th Street in Indian School.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, featuring the Callaway Elite family of drivers. Get up to 8 yards longer with more forgiveness compared to other Callaway models. Now up to $120 off. Don't forget, we have gift cards in any amount for the special golfer in your life. Shop us in-store or online. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. The insurance company's job is to pay you as little as possible. Our job is to get you every dollar you deserve. Call Rivera today and let's make them pay. Call 977-1900.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Now back to the guys live from one of the Seven Valley Venezia's pizzerias. Venezia's, a proud partner of Sun Devils Athletics.
I think so. I think you talk about emotion and you start playing teams multiple times pretty close. It gets similar to a playoff series, especially the way we play. So, yeah, I think we'd like it. It's easier on the prep for sure. The travel, some of that is good when you do get to do that. But, yeah, I think it did start with COVID. I can remember kind of our first time doing it. I like it. It just doesn't happen that often.
Now, that is the Suns head basketball coach, Jordan Ott, playing back-to-back. It's consecutive games. There is a day off in between. So you're not playing Wednesday, Thursday. You're playing Wednesday and then Saturday. So you've got a couple of days to get to San Francisco and then relax a little bit in the city by the bay. Manuch, I'm really going to be curious to see how this plays out tomorrow night. Earlier, Tim Kempton said that the thing about the Warriors is they are a motion team constantly, and they want to speed you up and make you uncomfortable.
You know, it's interesting when you think back when they were winning those championships where they went 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
They would go up and down the court.
Yes.
They would go, Steve Kerr did make it a rule, but he kind of sort of made it a rule. He wanted to see the ball touch at least 4 or 5 hands before they got a shot off. Now, the main reason wasn't junior basketball and share the ball. His rhyme or reason was just to create that open look because he knew he had shooters.
Yes.
And I'm trying to think, you can probably think back more so than I can, but I think in modern era basketball, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green, and the rest of them, I'm talking before KD got there.
Okay.
These guys went up and down the court, and their shooting was phenomenal. I mean, you never saw so many different individuals hit so many 3 points in a game. Draymond Green was kind of the enforcer, the sheriff down low.
Right. He's not a great 3-point.
No, he's not, but he would make them periodically. So you would sit there and go, wow. But the other thing was they would hustle and play defense.
They did play defense.
So that was kind of the anomaly that to see such a great shooting team get back and play defense. And then you think of all the years, I think that, yeah, there's a lot of great shooting teams over the years. But I think the one thing, the biggest thing for me is to see so many great 3-point shooters get back and play that kind of defense on a consistent basis, game in and game out. Now, there were great defensive teams. But over the years, you'd see that many shooters and see that ball move like they did those first couple, 2-3 years they won those championships.
Look, Steph Curry, by far, is the best shooter ever in
I would agree with that.
the NBA. The best shooter ever in the NBA. Not the best player, but the best shooter ever. And Klay Thompson, in his prime, he's fallen off now, but in his prime, he was right there with him. And so when Golden State comes in tomorrow night, I want to see what the matchups are. I want to see who's going to have to try to chase Steph Curry all over the yard, and how many different players will Jordan Ott use to try to keep some of his guys somewhat fresh from chasing Steph Curry.
I don't think in our lifetime, you've been around for about 2 lifetimes, that we've seen a guy, yeah, exactly. You've seen a guy shoot from that far, that consistent, that high percentage. And we were talking earlier to Kempton the first hour. Do you see, was he 36 now, Steph Curry?
Yep.
Him slowing down.
I don't see
his game slowing down.
I don't see anything.
So you look at his stats right now. He's still at about 30 points per game. He's still about 4 rebounds per game. He's still about 4 assists.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that's amazing, folks, is as many 3-point shots as he takes. He's a 48% field goal shooter. That includes layups. That includes 3-point shooting. That includes everything. He's damn near 50%.
It's amazing.
At 36 years old, still hitting threes. Broke the 3-point record the other night.
Oh, yeah.
But I think to your point, Jimmy B, is I don't think I've ever seen a guy shoot from that far, that consistent, night in and night out, as if they're layups. I mean, he would shoot from, 35 feet out, and it's no big deal.
Right.
Now, the other night they showed him warming up. He came out and he threw that
full court one.
Full court one.
Yep, and it swished.
And it swished. Now, he's done that a few times.
He has.
So it's not trick photography.
No.
So I look back, and the guys filming from behind, they film in front.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes they do that. They break it off. Or now the guy throwing a football off a building from 50 feet away, and he throws it down there. It's 4 stories below him. There's no trick photography, right?
It's edited.
No editing with this shot.
Not with Steph.
But he can stop on a dime. He can elevate. And then the other thing, too, I think he's such a great shooter. You don't appreciate how great he is around the rim, driving to the lane, reverse both hands.
That's fair.
He's ambidextrous.
Yes.
He goes up underneath. There were some shots. This is probably going back 5 years when KD was on the team. And KD was taking some of those, getting some of those, I'm not going to say Bogart. We had KD, Clay, and Steph. Well, Steph was starting to go to the rack and kick it out. But some of the things he did, I went, well, I didn't know he could do that. So we saw that a few years ago, even on a stronger basis. So when you watch him play, there's no one slowing down. He may not go to the rack like he used to, but he can lift from anywhere and shoot that three as if it's nothing.
He is worth the price of admission. If you've never seen him live, it is certainly special. There's no question about that. Manuch, he changed. I always talk about players and their impact on the game. And I always talk about Wilt Chamberlain, how he changed the game. They had to widen the lane while Wilt was playing. They also came with the rule that said you had to stay behind the free throw line till the ball hit the rim before you could jump into the lane, because Chamberlain would just take off at the free throw line and dunk.
Stuff it.
So, so they had those are 2 rule changes. For Steph, when he came in, what my esteemed colleague was talking about, shooting from 30 feet. Nobody had seen that before. Most of the 3-point shooters were right around the 3-point line. Steph would back up 3, 4, 5, even 4 feet than that and let it go and get nothing but the bottom of the net. So he is in a category by himself, the way that he impacted the way that the NBA game is played today.
So how much has Jimmy Butler helped that team? I know he did last year, taking them to the playoffs. They virtually were out of the playoffs.
Yes, until he got there.
So Jimmy Butler got there.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Butler all of a sudden found new life. He got healthy.
Yeah.
He was happy to be there. So when you watch Jimmy Butler, I mean, this team right now, what are they, 14 and 12?
Yes, they're below 500.
Yeah, they're 13 and 14.
Okay.
So they're just a game below 500. So I guess you're just waiting for them to get off the schneid as well, too.
Well, here's the thing again about the Golden State Warriors. What do they always lack? They lack a pivot player. In other words, they are not very big. You're counting on a guy who is 6'8" in Draymond to be your main down-low defender. He gets overpowered. If I'm Mark Williams and Draymond's on me tomorrow night, I'm posted in that paint. Just throw me the damn ball. and let me dunk over him.
Well, you know,
So they have to capitalize on that, on the lack of height that indeed the Warriors have.
the post is their only guy. He's about 7 foot.
Yes, but he's not a great defender.
No, he's not a great defender. He's not much of a. He's just kind of a big man. He's not much of a scorer either. But he's that big body. You're right though. And we watched the Lakers, and their height and their size, it was just like wow. And there's a couple other teams that have that height and size. We talked about the Nuggets.
The Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Absolutely.
But they don't. So you wonder how much the Suns will attack the paint.
Have to.
They have to. I mean, then getting up and down the court, because this team can run, the Suns and this Golden State team. So you're right. I think the power of the paint or the winner of the paint is going to be key for both these games on Thursday and Saturday.
I'm with you on that 100%. And quickly, while you just referenced the Lakers, and we touched on this briefly yesterday, what the wide world of sport has gotten into DeAndre Ayton. I mean, Manuch.
And you know what?
We saw flashes.
Yeah.
We saw flashes of it, but now he's playing consistent.
I think it's called LeBron James
Probably
is in his grill
Yeah.
and is his official babysitter of that team. That's why you're seeing that much consistency out of DA.
It's amazing how that has taken place. All right, everybody, when we come back, we are going to get into our campus quickies. It's always a lot of fun. We'll do a little football, but a lot of basketball conversation as well. We are hanging out here at Venezia's in Tempe. Let's get you to an ESPN 620 Sports Center update right now.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B's ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. Some latest college football news here as the Arizona State Sun Devils are expected to see running back Raleek Brown and defensive back Keith Afney II both commit to the NFL draft. Good luck to those Sun Devils going forward. In baseball, the Diamondbacks are reportedly kicking the tires on free agent third baseman Alex Bregman, according to USA Today's Bob Nightingale and MLB Network's John Heyman, as Arizona explores adding impact to their offense this offseason. And attention all Sun Devil fans, Venezia's Pizzeria is now the official pizza partner of Sun Devil Athletics. Grab your giant slice of pepperoni or cheese at every ASU home game, football, baseball, softball, volleyball, and more. Proudly serving fans and fueling the Devils all season long. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition and a Sun Devil favorite. It's our Campus Quickies coming up next. Stay tuned.
Now open in North Scottsdale. It's the Orangedale Lounge. ODs, right off Thompson Peak and Bell, next to Bash's. Your new favorite dive bar has arrived. Cold drafts, chill vibes, always affordable prices, and the OD Mug Club, a one-of-a-kind membership you won't find anywhere else. No frills, just great people, ice-cold drinks, and a bar that feels like it's always been there. Follow at OD Scottsdale and get the scoop at orangedalelounge.com. Orangedale Lounge. Dive in and drink up.
Sun Devil men's basketball is heating up, and now you can build a ticket plan on your terms. With the Sun Devils mini plan, you choose any 6 home games you want, including the biggest Big 12 matchups of the year, Kansas and Arizona. Lock in the rivalries, circle the heavy hitters, or stack your schedule with weekends that work for you. 6 games, your choice, your vibes, your Sun Devils. Grab your mini plan today at sundeviltickets.com. That's sundeviltickets.com.
At Crest Insurance, we believe great insurance starts with great relationships. For years, we've been protecting businesses, families, and futures with the care and expertise you deserve. Our team knows what it takes to provide personalized solutions for your needs. We're here to make insurance simple, reliable, and stress-free. Visit crestins.com to see how we can protect what matters most to you.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venezia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venezia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with the perfect plan to ensure everyone's well fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venezia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venezia's.com.
At a time when children are in crisis, The Kids Mental Health Foundation envisions a future where mental health is a vital part of growing up, and support starts with all of us, at home, at school, at practice, everywhere kids are. The Kids Mental Health Foundation is the leading organization promoting mental health for children in the U.S. and has free tools and information developed by experts.
Having those resources is the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
Check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
Action! When I grow up, I want to be a director because they get to talk to everybody about everything. They get to make cool movies and dance music videos.
If your child is sick over and over again, it could be PI, a defect of the immune system that affects millions. Early testing can give children a chance to dream.
And when I'm a director, I get to say, lights, camera, action.
For more information, visit the Jeffrey Modell Foundation at info.pi.org.
That's a wrap.
Campus Quickies, your weekly quick look at the Sun Devils, Wildcats, Lumberjacks, and Lopes info, exclusively on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
All right, everybody, welcome back. We're here in Venezia's in Tempe. Back if we're doing Campus Quickies right now. We should have invited everybody out so they could have pizza with us. Let's don't waste any time. Let's go to ASU right now. And that means that Chris Karpman is indeed our guest. You can find him on X at Chris Karpman. Welcome, pal. It's great to have you on the show. So, Manuch, and my first question is Kenny Dillingham speaking in code after he told everybody he has no interest in Michigan, and then all of a sudden the tone changes just a little bit? Where are you on this?
Yeah,
Chris?
hey, Chris, have you deciphered what exactly he said the last couple of days?
You know what? It's actually not that complicated, guys. He's in a contract negotiation.
Right.
He doesn't want to undermine his ability to leverage the opportunity that he may have in Michigan to be able to get the things that he needs to feel confident moving forward at ASU. And he actually listed what those things are. There's three things, really. The first is commitment on the university's behalf toward NIL. That's really getting Michael Crow, a president, involved in pushing the university's benefactors to also support athletics. The second thing is assistant coaching salary pool compensation. That could be included in a contract where you get more money for your assistants, try to keep them intact. Remember, Kenny Dillingham was part of Todd Graham's staff in 2014-2015 that got decimated by coaching departures and was never the same thereafter. And then the third thing he talked about is longevity. And longevity may be the most difficult thing to achieve via any sort of an agreement because state law has 5-year contract maximum. Other schools are able to get 7-8 years. ASU has this creative rollover component to his contract in which he gets one additional year for every year he wins 6 games or more. And so he earned that this year to get to 2030. The reality, though, is I think a larger buyout in the event that he might be fired later, or no offset language that might reduce or eliminate his need to go try to get another job should he be fired, or something along those lines would be the detail, I think, that would lead to him feeling like his being locked in at ASU is being matched on the ASU side in terms of its commitment to Kenny Dillingham.
It's also interesting as you kind of read between the lines and hear between the lines, and that's a very good explanation, Chris. We appreciate that. That you didn't realize that he doesn't have a GM, that he wants more resources, i.e. staff as well, to be able to go on the field with all the big boys, with all the other amenities that they have. And I had thought, Chris, they had a general manager, but I guess he's looking for that, maybe some more staff on top of everything that you just mentioned.
Yeah, they don't have a general manager. He's been servicing that role, and that can get a little bit complicated when you're talking about money with players that you're also coaching. And look, every coach is going to want to retain all of his best assistant coaches for as long as possible. He has some really good ones. Brian Flynn's a great coordinator. Brian Carrington was a recruiter and quarterback. And I think for a lot of others, of course, Sean Aguano has done an incredible job. David Vaughn's done a really good job assembling the tight end room. So you want to try to keep all those people happy and feeling like they're all invested and maybe even getting bonuses that match what a head coach's bonus is from a percentage standpoint or something along those lines. Dillingham would be turning down a lot more money that he could make going to a tool like Michigan, like probably $4 or $5 million a year more money. Why would you do that? You would do that not just because you have a strong emotional attachment to the Valley and to ASU and it's where you like to live, and this is where your family's from and all of that. But you would also, in that scenario, want to have the greatest amount of confidence possible that you could be successful in a way that is sustainable. And these are the things that he talked about that would help enable that to give him confidence in not going to a place where he would make a lot more money.
I would be remiss if I didn't ask you this, but we have about a minute left. A date with UCLA on the hardwood. How impressed are you with the hoop team?
Oh, very impressed. One of the most remarkable things that we've seen from Bobby Hurley in 11 seasons is what he's accomplished in the non-conference this year. ASU went from being picked last in the Big 12 media poll and the coaches poll, now being, I think, 8th or 9th in the NCAA's net ranking. We're talking about a team that legitimately has a chance to make the NCAA tournament if it continues to improve upon the things that it can still get better at, especially defensive rebounding. Making sure the transition defense is good. But Bo Odom, Papa Job, and a bunch of these guys have really impressed me quite a lot.
You have a great time watching that game tonight. Thank you, Chris. Always appreciate your insight.
Thanks for having me.
There you go. That's Chris Karpman, everybody. 24/7 Sports. Again, you can find him on X at Chris Karpman. All right, let's head south to Tucson. And that means that Steve Rivera is our guest sports talk show host on Fox Sports 1450 in Tucson. Steve, welcome to the show. Oh, I should say this. You can always find him on X at Steve Rivera 95. That's Steve Rivera 95. So I don't think much is happening down there. Football team's going to play in San Diego, and the basketball team is the number one team in all of America. What's new in Tucson?
Yeah, Steve, did hell freeze over down
Yeah,
there?
what's happening?
What happened there, bro?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the weather here has never been better. It's sunny, it's shiny. I think that Brent and Tommy have been a part of that.
So the sports gods are smiling down on you in Tucson?
Imagine that. It happens every once in a while, guys, you know?
Yeah.
The mountains look greater, and they're playing very well. As they say down here, it's a good time to be a Wildcat.
Well, as Jimmy alluded to, number one ranked Arizona Wildcats. You put a beat down in the second half on Bama, 96-75. Talk about these three freshmen starting, playing big boy ball, coming right out of the gate.
Yeah, no question. I mean, they've been a surprise to me too. I'm gonna have a story on the group soon, but they've been beyond everyone's expectations out of maybe Koa Pete, who was fantastic to start the year. It's been not up and down, but he's been okay since then, and very good at moments. But Burry has come on the last 4 or 5 games, and Ivan has been fantastic in his way. So wow. And then there's the group of older guys, the upper classmen, have filled in nicely with Jaden Bradley being the guy. So every top 8, these guys are pretty strong.
Steve, what is it that Tommy Lloyd does to get these young guys prepped so early? What is it? off-season program. He gets those kids on campus early in the summer and just works them and grind them, or they truly are 4 and 5 stars coming out of high school?
No, I think there's a combination of all that. What they love doing is they love playing for Tommy, one. And you have to do that if you want to play well. But his style of play is let them play, let them loose, let them run, let them do what they can or what their highlights are, or, let them play to their strengths and see what happens. And all of them have the same kind of thing. They like to go fast. If they have to go slow, they'll do that. We'll see if they can do that completely now. If they have other teams, they're going to make them slow. But this is a different team because they're going inside out, not outside in previous years.
I was just going to reference that. They can go inside out. The improvement of your starting center. Look, the guy's what, like 7'9"? I mean, he plays unbelievably big. I'm kidding, of course. But Kribas is really playing well.
If you don't want to say the biggest surprise, I think he's been that guy. He missed most of the last year with that foot injury. He's come on strong. We're wondering if he's ever come on gradually or quickly. He's come on quickly, and he's been fantastic. I mean, to me, of all the 8, he's the biggest surprise.
Okay. And Steve, my last one, when we talk about Kribas, as Jim alluded to, Lithuania. Thank you. Appreciate that. Couldn't get that tongue untied. These scouting over Europe, talk about that and have you really dived into it. You get 3-4 guys, like it seems like per year that you guys find somewhere out there. Is it just connections out there, or are your scouts actually going out there?
All that as the Indiana coach said when we got hired at Indiana, Google him.
Yeah,
that's what he does. That's what he does. I mean, he's good at it. He's been doing it most of his life as a coach, Gonzaga. So he's very good at it. Good at it. Doesn't he has guys on the bench too that can play. So we'll see how that goes down the road. Not with this group, but he's been good mixing with the internationals, with the Americans. So far, so good. But hey, let's remember it's December 17th. It's a long road.
Oh, absolutely. 30 seconds. Everybody's starting to get jacked up for the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah, they're gonna. Who would have thought this, 2-3 months ago? Not me, not many, but here they are playing in the bowl. Brent Brennan. I'm not saying he saved his job, but he's hell of an improvement from last year in terms of expectation, which is good for the program.
It's always good, pal, when we catch up with you. Have a good day, man.
You will, guys. Thank you.
There you go. Steve Rivera, everybody. Once again, you can find him on X. Steve Rivera 95. Let's go to the mountain. And that means the longtime play-by-play voice of NAU's and is Mitch Strohman. You can find him on X at Mitch Strohman. Mitch, welcome to the show, pal, as always. Okay, so let's start with basketball here. Things have not gone well for you the last several games. What's going on?
Well, a 4-game losing streak tends to kind of spoil your holiday punch bowl party. That's for sure. And that's exactly what's happening right now with NAU basketball. We've dropped 4 games in a row, most recently. Tough loss, Jimmy B, and it was in the America's finest city at the University of San Diego. We were down 11 at half, cut the deficit to 1 on a couple of occasions in the second half, but the hole was just too darn deep to climb out of in the second half against the decent San Diego Torero team. And now we're coming back home. We got a game tomorrow night against Southern Utah at the Sky Dome in Flagstaff, and hopefully we can snap that 4-game losing streak before we hit the Christmas holiday break.
Well, it looks like the one constant, the one guy that's bringing some cheer up there, and he was Zach Davidson, young man, playing very, very well. He's somewhat your leading scorer. He's averaging, 16, 17 points per game. Talk about this sophomore, how well his game has progressed over this last year.
Yeah, he's a real interesting case, Manuch, because he's a transfer from inside the Big Sky Conference at the University of Montana. He had a couple of seasons in Missoula, but he really didn't get a chance to see the floor for whatever reason. He's 6'9". He's a true post player, like kind of that old-fashioned, old-school, back-to-the-basket kind of guy that wants to get set up on the low block, either left or right side of the lane, and get that pass, that post-entry pass. Great post moves, great
footwork, soft hands, a really nasty jump foot from inside about 5-6 feet to the rim. He had 19 points in the loss Saturday at San Diego, and you're right. He has come to Flagstaff through the transfer portal with something to prove that he could have played in Montana. And when you talk to Zach, he can't wait. He can't wait for the season Big Sky opener on the Thursday after Christmas in Missoula against the Montana Grizzlies. That'll be a fun game to go watch and see and call.
All right, so coming up, you have Southern Utah. You referenced that, and also Incarnate Word. Are these like? I mean, you got to snap that 4-game losing skid, right?
Yeah, I mean, these are two big games, and both teams are playing some really good basketball, guys. These are good mid-major games for NAU. They're in our in our world, if you will, of that mid-major world in Division I college basketball. Incarnate Word's a very good basketball team. That's in San Antonio on Saturday before we come home for the Christmas break, and this is it. I mean, look, here's what's going on right now. NAU is looking for consistency. They can't seem to find the consistency on offense. They go through too many 3 to 4 to 5 minute scoring droughts. And when that happens, they fall in the holes, and then they just can't seem to pull themselves out of it. So these two games up ahead you just mentioned, Southern Utah Thursday and Flagstaff, and Incarnate Word in San Antonio on Saturday, this is basically the last chance for this Lumberjack basketball team to get their offensive rhythm going before we open up Big Sky Conference play in a couple of weeks.
What I like to say, Mitch, is get their groove on.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like that. Let's go 70s Manuch and go groovy, baby. I love it.
You gotta love it. Thank you, Mitch. Have a good call,
All right,
pal.
guys.
I know you will. We'll talk to you.
Happy holidays to you guys. Take care. Go, Jack.
There you go. Mitch Strohman, everybody, with the Lumberjacks. Campus Quickies, presented, as always, by All City Towing. They are Arizona's largest towing company, and they are hiring. They're looking for drivers, dispatchers, customer service personnel. Look, they pay extremely well, and they have great benefits. How about a monthly fuel allowance and a matching 401k program as well? If you're looking for a new gig, check out All City Towing. Just go online, allcitytowing.com, and search careers. Again, that's allcitytowing.com and search careers. It's All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward. When we come back, random fact of the day, some football and fitness. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, broadcasting today at Venezia's in Tempe.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
At Stretch Lab, it's not just athletes getting better. It's everyday people moving and feeling their best. Each one-on-one session is customized to you, guided by certified flexologists who help improve mobility, flexibility, and recovery. Whether you're chasing touchdowns or chasing the kids, Stretch Lab keeps you loose, strong, and ready for anything. Stretch your potential today. Find your nearest location at stretchlab.com.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Kevin Rowe from Lerner Rowe, and we've been serving Arizona's for 20 years. Make the best choice after an accident. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
The biggest game of the year is coming, and at Backyard Desert Ridge, it always sells out. Lock in the best seat in the house now. Reserve your table today and pick the perfect spot, right in front of the massive LED wall or surrounded by more than 50 high-def TVs. Great food, ice-cold drinks, and wall-to-wall action so you don't miss a single play. Every year fills up fast, and once it's gone, it's gone. Don't wait. Swing by Backyard Desert Ridge and secure your big game seat today.
Hi, I'm your kid's old jeans. I've been in the drawer for a while and really missed the playground. You should swing by Goodwill and drop me off. Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. Plus, I could get back into the game. Donate today. Tag, you're it.
To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Now back to the guys live from one of the Seven Valley Venezia's pizzerias. Venezia's, a proud partner of Sun Devils Athletics.
All right, everybody, we are hanging out today in Tempe, right on the corner in the shopping area here on Mill Avenue and Southern. That's where we will be until 4 o'clock this afternoon. But let's give a little random fact.
A little random fact about that, that'd be the southeast corner of Bell and Southern, just next door to the LA Fitness. All right, this is a fact, folks. Okay, so you look it up.
Yeah.
The 100 random facts. Former Major League catcher Harry Cheedy is the first player to be traded for himself. What? Yes, he was traded for himself. That's all they said. So it's got to be a random fact.
So you don't have any information?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That was it?
I have to go back to this internet thing and find out. A matter of fact, pull up Harry Cheedy as we're going through this. Now, I bet you didn't know this.
Okay.
You know how names come from different origins?
Yes.
Okay, soccer. The name soccer comes from the abbreviation of association, or assoc, as in football association. So that's how the name soccer came about, for abbreviation of association, which is assoc. Yeah, check that out. Harry Cheedy.
I'm on it right now. I
To be
just
traded.
went to Wikipedia here. I'm looking for it.
Okay, well, while you do that, let's get a little football 50 while he's looking up that baseball thing. Get fire off, Connor. Give me a little football love. Well, as we mentioned yesterday, just to kind of recap some of the quarterbacks in the transfer portal. Former Nebraska quarterback, number one recruit Dylan Raiola. We heard, rumor was that he was on the campus, or was coming to ASU to visit. We know that Bryce Underwood was on the campus yesterday. Florida's DJ Lagway is also rumored to be of strong interest. And then Cincinnati's Brendan Sorsby is also exploring the transfer options. Now, Sorsby, I recollect, has not entered as of right now, but there's another one right there. I like Sorsby. I like Lagway. If I was to rank them, I'd probably have Lagway and Sorsby. And, Raiola is solid. He does a very solid. Did you find it over there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I got one more because I'm interested. How do you get traded for yourself?
I'll explain it. It's interesting.
All right, Jeremiah Love declares the NFL draft Notre Dame star running back. He looks like he's going to be one of those top 10 picks. And then AP Coach of the Year, Indiana's Kurt Cignetti. He made history as the first coach to win the AP Coach of the Year in back-to-back seasons, as he led the Hoosiers to a 13-0 record and top seed in college football. Okay, I'm curious.
Okay, here we go. On Mr. Cheedy.
Yeah, Mr. Cheedy.
Who was traded for himself.
Himself.
Yes.
This is not a shtick.
Oh, I thought it was.
It's the real deal.
April 25th, 1962. I might have been calling one of these.
You might have.
I could have been. Before he played a game for then the Cleveland Indians,
okay,
Cheedy was acquired by the expansion team, New York Mets, for a player to be named later. A player to be named later. However, he was sent back to the Indians June 15th after 15 games and batting .195. Cheedy was the player to be named later. So he became the first major league player to be traded for himself.
That is hilarious.
3 other players have been traded for themselves. Dickie Knowles, Brad Golden, and John McDonald.
That is hilarious.
After that happened, Sheedy never played in another major league game, spending the last 2 years with the AAA Toronto Maple Leafs. Not only was the hockey team the Maple Leafs, their AAA baseball team. He retired then in 1960.
So Harry Sheedy was traded to the Mets. Was it the Mets?
To the Mets from the Cleveland Indians.
For a player to be named later.
Correct. He played 15 games and he hit 195. And they traded him back to the Indians.
That is hilarious. So Harry Sheedy will go down in the annals of baseball history as the first player to be traded for himself. Now, he's not the only player, as Jimmy alluded to.
Right.
He was the first player to be traded for himself. And don't you love the name origin of soccer? It was abbreviated for association or associate, as in football association. So that's how soccer got its name. Just that simple.
Really?
Yeah. I think we overthink it sometimes.
I think you're right.
Like football. Yeah, you get this football. A lot of that originated from soccer, combo, rugby. And here we are, football. Let's not try to overthink this, folks.
Football is 50 presented by G2G protein bars. You can find them in the refrigerated section in Costco and online at G2GBar.com. Grab and go goodness since 2010, and they are on sale right now. The refrigerated section in Costco, also again online, G2GBar.com. Hour number 3 is on the way. The Sun's getting ready for 2 games against the Golden State Warriors. The Cardinals preparing to play against Atlanta, and Michael Bankston joins the show at 3:30. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made in America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they chose you as a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. But find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-791-0000. That's 800-791-0000.
Staples presents An Easy Holiday.
Running a small business during the holidays is hard.
No truer words were.
But this year, Staples helped me have an easy holiday.
Your script has a typo.
Nope, easy peasy. I just ordered online at staples.com and picked up in store. And with UPS on site, shipping was easy too. Plus huge savings on tech, custom cards, even my holiday sale signage.
Visit your local Staples store or staples.com today for up to 45% off select laptops.
That was easy.
Ends 12/27.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, featuring the new Bushnell Wingman HD speaker. This revolutionary speaker has a built-in 3.5-inch touchscreen with front, center, and back distances, now $199. Don't forget we have gift cards in any amount for the special golfer in your life. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963, and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
KTAR AM Phoenix, Arizona's home for the worldwide leader in sports, is ESPN 620. And now, an on-air sports marketing presentation. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, now on ESPN 620, 98.7 FM HD2, and streaming live at arizonasports.com. The guys are powered by the law offices of Lerner and Rowe. In a record need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And now on your ESPN station in Phoenix, ESPN 620, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. Hanging out today, beautiful Tempe. We are at Venezia's Pizzeria, and you can find us on Mill and Southern here in Tempe. Manuch is lining up his dinner for tonight.
Well, tonight, tomorrow night, the weekend, all the above. But it was 7 Valley locations at any of the Venezia's Pizzerias around the valley. The Wednesday special, the 24-inch one-topping party pizza for only $28.99. It's a savings, folks, of over $5 per pizza. They are the official pizza sponsor of ASU Athletics. And also, they have a new menu item alert. Heads up, folks. Here it is. They have the creamy garlic sauce-topped pizza with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese with authentic New York kosher dill pickle slices finished with fresh dill. And they also have the newly added bacon dilly. Yeah, same great taste with their signature plant-based seasoned cheese and olive oil. And on top of that, as I always say, got to get a look dessert. Oh, by the way, before I forget, they sell their own ranch dressing here. Their ranch dressing is some of the best, if not the best, ranch dressing in town. Yeah, I got a couple of bottles in the fridge at home in the Manucci household. But as I mentioned, you got to top it off with a freshly baked, chewy, soft, buttery chocolate chunk or white chocolate macadamia nut cookies, only $2.99. All that going on at all 7 of the Venezia's Pizzeria around the valley.
All right, so we have basketball on the schedule starting tomorrow night, coming off what took place a couple of nights ago against the Los Angeles Lakers and a loss. It is the Golden State Warriors who will invade the MMC tomorrow night as they have back-to-back games. However, there are 2 days in between.
Not quite the crowd the Lakers bring.
No, it's different.
To the MMC. Not quite the crowd. There's a lot of Golden State fans, but the Lakers fans, it's almost like it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Hey, Suns fans, those who can afford those tickets, they get over there. Don't be selling your tickets to those Lakers fans when they come in next time. So I think that the one thing I think about that the rivalry, at least for us Suns fans, has been amped up. But is it a rivalry versus the Lakers, or is it versus LeBron, or is it all the above? Because Luka, kind of hard to like as well, but I like it that we got a couple villains.
Well, everybody hated Luka when he played for Dallas because he came in and just lit up the Suns. You remember that.
But let me back up.
Okay.
As far as those matchups with DA and Luka, guess who got the better of it? DA had always, I think 9 out of 10 times they did a big study on percentages, whatever. He outplayed him 9 out of the first 10 times they played together.
Okay.
Now, God forbid, DeAndre Ayton had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, but he would always get up for Luka when he was with the Dallas Mavericks. Now that they're playing together, isn't it funny how the time clock kind of goes down the road and you see where this team is at right now, that being the Lakers. With DA and Luka now playing the top, who was Luka? Number 3, number 4?
3.
Yeah. DA was number 1.
Yeah.
from, was that 5-6 years ago. They've been
Right.
on the same team.
Yeah.
And playing very effective.
They're playing extremely well. The Lakers are. All right. So with the Warriors in town, you're going to have to chase. And when I say that, it's a game of tag because the Golden State Warriors want to run you off the court. Now, the best part about this is that the Suns like to play fast now as well. So it'll be interesting tomorrow night, Manuch, to see if indeed who plays the fastest and also who's more effective as trying to get stops down the stretch in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and watching Devin Booker, I didn't see the first game back. We were gone. But watching Book with his 27 points, he looks completely healthy. Looks like the quad is doing very, very well, getting up and down the court.
Yeah.
But that, is interesting. This smaller lineup, that got him back in the game was interesting. Gillespie, Allen, and Booker were all in the game.
Yeah.
When they, obviously got the shooters in there, you're down by 20. But I thought the way they got up and down the court, and it was really Gillespie and Grayson Allen that set the tone, drive the paint, kicked it out to Booker or Brooks or whoever was in the lineup at that time. In fact, Brooks came in later, the last 3 minutes of the game, when he came back in. So you watch that, and if they can come out with that kind of pace on a constant basis, these are two evenly matched teams. They're both hovering around 500.
Right.
You got the Golden State Warriors at 13 and 14. Suns at 14 and 12. So this should be one of those games, but I really believe where the Suns can win this is down low or points in the paint.
I'm with you 100%. I'm pounding the ball down to Mark Williams on the low block and let him try to dominate. Once again, the Warriors do not have a team that is height. They just don't have that length either. So I'm working Williams as hard as I can down low on the block to get that aspect going. Then you can play from inside out, and they will try to collapse them on Williams. And when they do that, that opens up your shooters outside.
I don't think that Golden State's going to get 24 offensive rebounds.
No, that's not going to happen.
To your point, they just don't have the size.
No.
But the one thing that the Suns, it's amazing to me, 19 turnovers again. And it just seems that's just something. I mean, I watched that game, just the bad passing, the bad anticipation. It just, to me, was just amazing how time and time again. And then you look at the points, the fast break points, it was pretty much even. But total turnovers, I mentioned at 22.
Yeah.
36 points given up by the Suns on those turnovers. 36 points.
A lot of points.
So if you only give up half, you win these games. By the way, you win a lot of these games going away. You only give up half the points on the turnovers.
All right. I want to get into a verbal battle with you on this next topic.
All right.
That brings us to our State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day. State 48 Roofing. You can call them and get a free inspection on your roof before the storms start to move in. They are Arizona's #1 preferred roofer, and you can visit them, state48roofing.com, or you can call them at 480-268-4509. And here is the question, and this is where the verbal battle will begin. Which NFL team has surprised you most this year? And you have 4 options. 1, New England Patriots at 11-3. 2, Chicago Bears 10-4. 3, Jacksonville Jaguars at 10-4, and 4, Denver Broncos at 12-2. Manuch, they are all respectable. However, I will counter with you forgot the Seattle Seahawks. You forgot the Seattle. Nobody had them where they are right now, top spot, as they will play the Rams tomorrow night.
Okay.
Nobody had them
Okay,
there.
so who
Nobody.
out of these 3 out of 4,
Yeah.
only one
Yeah.
made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Only one.
Yeah.
That was the Denver Broncos. Okay. Seattle made it last year.
Yeah.
They're already. So these are the 3, there's 4 teams. Now, the reason why the Broncos is actually they're 12-2. So Seattle's already, but Seattle already had a decent team. They added Sam Darnold. So they're not back. Okay.
Wait, everybody thought it was going to be the Rams, the 49ers, Seattle, and then the Cardinals will be in the 20, which they
Okay,
are.
Jimmy.
So
It's okay.
they picked them as the number 3
Okay, Jimmy,
team. They're tied for first.
Okay, good for them. Okay, that's not the topic. If I was to say the Patriots, let me ask you something.
Okay.
And I'll slow down for you, Jimmy. I can do it slower.
Make it
Okay.
easy for it. Do it
Okay.
in Spanish.
Were the Patriots in last place last year?
They were.
Okay.
Yes,
Were the Bears in last place last year?
they were.
Okay, thanks. Were the Jaguars in last place?
No, I
last
don't
place?
think they were.
Well, they weren't even close. They didn't make the playoffs.
No, they did not.
The Broncos did. Now, the only reason I put the Broncos in there is because of their 12-2 record. See, what makes sense here, Jimmy, when you look at it,
I'm not
who would
buying the Broncos.
surprise you the most because 3 of the 4
Yeah.
weren't even in the playoffs.
But
So
the
let me slow
Broncos
down
were
for
in the playoffs,
Got it.
and they're 12
Got
and
it.
2 and leading
Okay,
the
but
division.
did you think they'd be 12-2 after
I
14 games?
did not.
Thank
think
you
that.
very much. Thank you for
Well, I
answering
didn't
my
think
question.
Seattle was going to be where
Nobody
they are
cared.
either.
Seattle, that's not a surprise.
Yes, it is.
It's a surprise Seattle's in first place.
Yes.
They made the playoffs last year.
They
just,
did.
okay. Lads, please participate. So the Patriots are 11-3, first place. The Bears are 10-4, first place.
Yeah.
I'll be John Brown.
Yeah.
The Jaguars, they're 10-4,
They are.
first place, right?
Yeah.
None of them made the playoffs last year.
Okay.
Who are you most? And then you got the Broncos.
They made the playoffs.
Okay, but nobody thought they'd be 12-2. Nobody
Nobody
they'd
thought
be
Seattle was going to be tied
Jimmy,
for
just
the lead.
drop Seattle. They made the
I'm
playoffs.
not
That's not
dropping-
the question.
Well, wait a minute. The Broncos made the playoffs last year too.
Yeah, they did. But
Okay.
nobody thought that their record would be 12-2.
Well, nobody thought Seattle's record
Jimmy,
would be what it is right now with the win.
Okay, lad, turn his mic down. All right, out of those 4 lads, which way do you go? I go with
You know
Mitch,
my
you're a Bears
answer.
fan.
I'm going with my dub Bears.
Oh, you
You
go.
It
go
all
with-
starts in the trenches. That defensive line was okay last year. The defense always supposed to take away that offensive line.
Okay, to finish up what Jimmy didn't finish, you go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter or Instagram to vote either the Patriots, the Bears, Jaguars, or the Broncos at 12-2. I went with the Bears as well too. To turn that bad boy, what he has done, Ben Johnson has done for that team,
Yeah.
it's
I agree with
truly American. And then Liam Cohen, his second year with the Jacksonville Jaguars,
Yeah.
they were kind of sort of trending that way, but they really did. And then the Patriots, first year, Vrabel, free agents, all the above. You can say 11-3. And the only reason why I put the Broncos in there, Jimmy,
Yeah.
is because they're 12-2, the division
But they were in
leading.
the playoffs last year,
Okay.
just like Seattle.
It's not about-
Seattle was not picked to be
Yep,
a.
sorry.
Seattle
Cohen
was
first
not,
season, yeah,
okay.
thanks.
Seattle was not picked to be the top team in that division.
Yeah, but they were picked to go to the playoffs.
No, they weren't.
The Rams, go ahead.
No, you had the Rams and the 49ers were the
No,
favorites to be the top 2 teams in the NFC
Okay,
East.
Seattle was in the mix to win the NFC West. You had none of those 3 out of 4. Now, the Broncos, there was the Chiefs,
Yeah,
the Chargers, and Broncos.
that's correct. All
But
three.
the Broncos are 12-2.
Yeah.
That's the gist, Jimmy. Now we can slow this down for you. Do it in
I don't
English, too,
need
if
it
we
slowed
need to.
down. I'm not changing my mind. But
So-
I thought it was a very good question.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I just wanted to bring in
Proceed.
another team
Yeah. Well, you can.
because
If
it
you,
makes more sense to me.
if you ever do a State 40 repeat your call question
I
today,
haven't. They've been excellent.
you did what, 1 in the last 10 years?
Yeah, I think that was.
Folks, I apologize for him interjecting Seattle, which made no sense in this State 48. Okay, get us out of
Made perfect sense to me. Once we come back, we're going to continue, everybody. We're here at Venezia's in Tempe.
This holiday season, Backyard Desert Ridge is the place to celebrate. Bring the family. Santa stops by December 13th and 20th from 3 to 5 with cookies, cheer, and photo ops. Still shopping? Grab a Backyard gift card and enjoy our holiday specials, the perfect stocking stuffer. While you're here, enjoy elevated bar favorites, handcrafted cocktails, and over 40 beer options. Catch every game on more than 50 HD TVs and 4 massive LED walls. Backyard Desert Ridge has the holiday spirit turned all the way up. Follow us on socials and make Backyard your Christmas hangout.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Right Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Right Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Right Toyota. Right Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selection. I encourage you to discover the difference at Right Toyota. Make the right choice, Right Toyota, just off the 101 on Frankwood Wright Boulevard, and always online at righttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out righttoyota.com.
Tired of the same old weekend routine? Then head to Putting World. Experience an elevated 18-hole golf adventure, followed by delicious eats, handcrafted cocktails, and live music at our chef-driven restaurant, Bar 19. Enjoy daily specials and happy hour deals that are sure to keep your wallet happy. Birdies, bites, and brews await. Check out this week's live music schedule at puttingworld.com or just swing on by Putting World, located in the Scottsdale Promenade. Eat it, drink it, sink it. Putting World.
Join the team at All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing company and leader in roadside service. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service pros ready to grow with us. You'll enjoy state-of-the-art equipment, consistent schedules, full health benefits, a strong 401k match, employer life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Take your career to the next level. Apply today at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is always moving forward.
The season of giving starts with Get It, because Twin Peaks just launched their holiday bonus card event. Buy a gift card for someone on your list, and we'll hook you up with a bonus card just for you. Because giving feels great, but getting rewarded for it, even better. Share the gift of crave-worthy food, ice-cold 29-degree beer, and good times at Twin Peaks. And treat yourself while you're at it. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views. Twin Peaks with 5 Valley locations. Bonus cards redeemable January 1st through 31st, 2026. Participating locations only.
Cats are masters at using up their 9 lives, like chasing laser pointers into walls or jumping onto high shelves. But the one thing cats never do, text while driving. So be like a cat and protect your one and only life. Don't text and drive.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on their new home, ESPN 620.
Welcome back, everybody. Hanging out today. Venezia's is where we are located. It's Venezia's Pizzeria. We are in Tempe at Mill Avenue and Southern. That's where we're located until 4 o'clock. So college football bowl season is here. In fact, there's a game on right now. It is the Cure Bowl, Old Dominion and South Florida.
Well,
no score yet.
You got to give it its proper.
Okay.
It's the Staff DNA Cure Bowl. Okay. Yeah. The Staff DNA Cure Bowl.
I just can't say Cure Bowl.
Well, no, they went to hopefully it's Old Dominion and South Florida are kicking off. Looks like everybody pretty much for both teams is playing. I'm trying to see what city that they're in right now. This game is on ESPN.
Okay.
And then tonight you have the 68 Ventures Bowl.
Okay.
That's Louisiana taking on Delaware, and that game is 6:30.
The Delaware Blue Hens?
Yeah, is that who they are?
The Mud Hens. That's the baseball
The
team.
Mud Hens baseball team.
Blue Hens.
Yeah, the Blue Hens.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that game will be on 6:30 tonight on ESPN. The bowl season is upon us.
All right, then that brings me to this, because I saw this during the commercial break. Some of the college football writers saying that what they would like to do with the college football playoffs for next year, Manuch, is eliminate the long week that teams have, and then they make them play 2 weeks later. So what they would do is they would come out with the games, and then you would have the first stanza of the tournament begin the following weekend and not have this week off or this past week off, because teams that are now in the semifinals,
Right.
they're waiting 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's true. Matter of fact, I always think of that week off because really the only game on is the Army-Navy game.
That's correct.
It's the Army-Navy game and then the announcement of the Heisman.
Yeah.
So there's that week. So basically teams have the bye week and then the bowl game starts the first round. Well, I got to tell you what, that makes sense because if you think last year, all the teams that had the bye, the other teams that had played
They
the
played
week
all
before,
week, yeah.
They knocked the rust off.
Yeah.
They came in. As a matter of fact, I think, wasn't it all the teams that hosted? As I recollect, and Lance, you can check me on this in reference to last year. The first round buys that hosted it, didn't they get beat?
They all got beat.
That's what I thought. They all got beat. So you sit there and you think, well, that makes sense. And for college coaches, they don't mind a bye week. But it's getting back in the swing of things. But that makes sense. You see that team that's number one seed,
right?
It's eventually 3 weeks before they play.
Yeah.
And the way practices are, and the limited amount of bodies, how physical are you going to get, or how physical can you get in reference to getting yourself prepared? There's nothing like playing a regular game.
Right.
I mean, people go, well, hey, Manuch, can't they scrimmage a couple times and have those 3 weeks off? No, it's not the same.
Not the same.
So when you look at this week's games, basically the start with Alabama and Oklahoma, that game will start with that Friday night.
Yep.
I mean, whoever wins that, they go in and they play next week. They're going to be lathered up. They're going to be in sync. Then you got Miami and Texas A&M. That's on Saturday.
Yeah, all the rest are Saturday.
All the rest are Saturday. So they're going to have a little bit of, okay, they're in sync. They're feeling pretty good. They're on a roll. Where some schools, it may take them a quarter or a half to get back in sync, to get, I like to get the WD-40 out.
Okay.
Get relubricated. So those are some of the things you got to take with that. Last, what you find
Good
out?
call, guys. All four of them lost. The 1 seed Oregon, they lost in a rematch to Ohio State.
Yep.
We all know what happened with ASU.
Yep.
Should have been pass interference. They would have won.
Yes.
But that's
Or targeting.
Boise State with the 3 seed, we kind of knew Penn State would beat them if they weren't in it. And then Georgia got upset by Notre Dame.
They did. Yep. There
So
you go.
Good call, guys.
Yeah, there's some good call, Manuch. Jimmy had no idea.
Good call, Manuch.
Thank you so much. Will hurt
I
myself.
knew that too.
But that for college athletes, 3 weeks off is a long time. I'll give you an example. It's a long time for professional athletes too. I'll never forget the year when the Denver Broncos, John Elway led Denver Broncos. This is the year before they won 2 back-to-back Super Bowls and Elway retired. The year they were 13-3, Mike Shanahan, the head coach, he rested his players the week before the final game. So he rested them. He had like the JV team play the final game.
Yeah.
Then they had a bye.
Right.
And then they played, I believe it was either Jacksonville or Carolina. Mark Brunell was the quarterback.
If Brunell was the quarterback, it was Jackson.
Jacksonville. So they technically had 3 weeks off from running their offense or defense. Guess what? Jacksonville comes in. They upset the number 1 seeded Denver Broncos in Denver. And Mike Shanahan said, I will never rest my players again. If you get a bye, we get a bye. But he said, I backed off, thought they would rest. And sure enough, it was literally 3 weeks. Now, those are pros. So you can imagine these college players having 3 weeks off, not getting the contact, not getting the scrimmaging,
Right. The reps.
not getting the reps. I'm talking full speed reps.
Right. Let me stop you right there, because the only thing that I can come up with in my little brain is that the reason that college football does that is because fans have to buy tickets and then travel to that stadium.
Right.
So if it was only 1 week, you know how airlines work. They jack the prices on you like crazy. So they would most likely do that. Maybe that was their thought process in giving everybody a week off. I don't like it. I think that they should have been playing just this past weekend.
Yeah, it makes more sense. But I just think about what you said, though. I mean, if you last game, you're going to go to the conference championship. That's a week later.
Yeah.
So those fans can make their flight reservations. They can make it. It's no big deal. So if you win the conference championship, they can make their flight reservation. They're going to host the game.
Yeah.
So they're going to go back to they're hosting the game. So for the home team, they're right there anyway.
All right, I just thought of this. You just talked about conference championship games. Okay, we have Alabama at Oklahoma this coming Friday. Neither one of those teams played in a conference championship game. So now Manuch, they've had even more time off.
Yeah, they have. So they technically have had 2 weeks off before their game. And isn't it interesting that Alabama and Oklahoma beat Alabama at Alabama.
Yes.
So Bama is looking to go back and return the favor. at Oklahoma. So I like the situation. Keep playing, and then if you get into the and you get the bye. Okay, so if you're number 1 seed, you get your bye.
Right.
Well, let's start it the following week.
Yeah,
let's start it after the conference championship.
Yeah, after the conference championship games.
Yeah, and it's just interesting when you think about 3 weeks off. That the pros have a hard time doing that.
You can imagine college.
But it's interesting because after that year, the Broncos went back-to-back Super Bowls. And Mike Shanahan said if he'd had that same philosophy, he might have been the first team ever to have a three-peat team. Now, we'll never know because Mark Brunell in Jacksonville came in and upset him.
Right.
And he said to this day, he'll never do it again. You know what's interesting? A lot of coaches from the National Football League went, okay, we see what happened.
Yep.
We want to make sure that doesn't happen as well, too. You always fight for the bye. You want to win the division. You want that bye. But you want to make sure you're sharp until the very end.
That's why I found it interesting in the NFL when they went to the wild card. You had so many wild card teams continue to win because they were playing the next weekend.
Well,
they didn't have a full week off.
Here's how the wild card situation has unfolded over the years. I did a little bit of a study on this about, 10 years ago.
Okay.
Why was it the wild card team, to your point, would get the wild card and would go through the playoffs? They would find their rhythm, find their tempo, and several of them would go win Super Bowls, right?
Yes.
So main reason was, number one, they all got help at the right time. Number two, the last 3 or 4 games, those teams that were fighting to get into the wild card
right,
were hitting on all cylinders.
They're playing their best football.
Their best football. They were forced. They got healthy. All of a sudden, these other teams might have got fat, dumb, and happy. Hey, we won the division.
Yeah.
Hey, we just got to throw our helmet on the field. Where those other teams had been scrapping and scraping to go ahead and get into the playoffs, they were used to that tempo.
Sure.
They were used to that intensity. They were used to playoff football.
They were in a routine.
They were, 3 or 4 games prior to going to the playoff. They're already in that mode.
Yeah.
So they're mentally, physically in that mindset of playoff mode, which helps immensely. So there's a little method to that madness that just happens to be.
Okay. Hey, everybody, the big game's coming up. Since we were just talking about the playoffs. We can have a great time at Backyard Desert Ridge. Look, they always sell out for the Super Bowl, and you need to lock in your seat right now. So stop by and reserve your table today. Now, whether you want to be in front of the massive LED walls or just post up near one of the 50-plus high-definition televisions, it's great food. It's always cold drinks, nonstop energy, and zero missed action. Okay, here's all you have to do. Just go in and get your seats reserved because once they're gone, they are gone. Grab your seat for the big game, Backyard Desert Ridge, and do it right now. Quick timeout. When we come back, Michael Bankston is going to be our guest. We will dive into the NFL and also into the Cardinals and how sorry of the season it has been so far. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620 98.7 FM HD2. Let's get an ESPN 620 Sports Center update right now.
It's now time for your Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, the ESPN 620 Sports Center update. I'm Connor Collins. The Arizona Wildcats men's basketball team stayed perfect last night, improving to 10-0 on the season with a convincing win over Abilene Christian, as Tommy Lloyd's squad continues a strong non-conference run. In baseball, the Arizona Diamondbacks are reportedly kicking the tires on free agent third baseman Alex Bregman, according to USA Today's Bob Nightingale and MLB Network's John Heyman. The Arizona Cardinals have gone ahead and waived defensive lineman Justin Jones. And in terms of ASU, Raleek Brown, the running back, and defensive back, Keith Haven second, have both declared for the NFL draft. Attention all Sun Devil fans, Venezia's Pizzeria is now the official partner of Sun Devil Athletics. Grab your giant slice of pepperoni or cheese at every ASU home game. That's football, baseball, softball, volleyball, and more. Proudly serving fans and feeling Devils all season long. Michael Bankston joins the guys next.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G protein bars.
the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G protein bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Tease the season at Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, featuring the Vokey SM10 wedges, now $159, and Titleist Pro V1, Pro V1X, and Left Dash 2-dozen bundle for $99. Don't forget, we have gift cards in any amount for this special golfer in your life. Shop us in store or online at worldwidegolf.com. Vans Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf, proudly serving golfers since 1963, and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Get there.
At Stretch Lab, it's not just athletes getting better. It's everyday people moving and feeling their best. For anything, stretch your potential today. Find your nearest location at stretchlab.com.
It's back. Sign up now for the Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B annual pro football pick'em contest, powered by all 5 Twin Peaks locations. Pick the winners each week, score great prizes all season long, and earn bragging rights until next year. And don't forget, the guys are live every Thursday from 1 to 4 to kick off your football weekend at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks lodges. It's free to play and easy to join. Just head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com, powered by Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views, and your home for pro football.
Friends and family are often the first to notice when a veteran needs help. In those moments, life can feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. Or like they are caught in a storm they can't escape. And the metaphors veterans often use for the challenges of life are not exaggerations. Extending a helping hand doesn't have to be just another metaphor. Learn how you could support the veteran in your life at maketheconnection.net.
Chronic absenteeism is on the rise.
Sophia A. absent. Julio M. absent.
These absences are often due to the absence of crucial needs like food, transportation, and healthcare.
Olivia H. absent. Preston L. absent.
But site coordinators from communities and schools connect kids to the resources they need so they show up prepared and ready to learn.
Jacob O. present.
Visit communitiesandschools.org. Being present matters.
He's a proud Sam Houston State alum who played 9 seasons in the NFL for the Bengals and Cardinals. Ranked number 62 on the Arizona Republic's top 100 all-time Cardinal players. A great follow on Twitter X at Big Bank 90. Michael Bankston now on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on ESPN 620.
Shotgun set for Brissett on second and goal at the 9. Back to throw. Sends a pass to the left side on the back shoulder throw. Caught for a touchdown by Marvin Harrison. Beautiful throw and catch.
Well, that was a highlight. Hell of a catch. Thank you to Arizona Sports for that highlight on the call. Game wasn't much, but that was a highlight.
Well, you know, the throw, and then Michael Wilson kind of toward his body, back toward it, and kind of wall him off. I mean, it was great coverage.
Oh, yeah.
Great coverage, but Jacoby Brissett put it on the money, made a great catch.
Yeah.
One of the few bright spots
what I said.
in that debacle.
Former Cardinal and Bengals defensive lineman Michael Bankston is our guest. You can follow him on X at BigBank90. That's at BigBank90. Banks, welcome, pal, as always. I just hate sitting here just trashing the team the entire time, but so we ran a highlight that was worth a highlight because it was at that particular time, but it's so depressing now, and with 3 games left, I just don't see it getting any better. Do you?
To be quite frank, no. And if we don't do anything against Atlanta, which is this Sunday, it's going to be crucial at the end of the day. And if we don't do anything, and then our position as far as the draft, right now with number 16 or
Number 6.
Number six,
yeah.
Number 6. We try to keep that position.
Yeah, and if that's something that fans are like, it's kind of the blessing and the curse. You're falling, you get draft choice, but then again, after 3 years, this team, this organization never improved. You win 4 games, win 8 games, went backwards this last year, and there's really no solace in getting a high draft choice and having, I should say, first dibs at some of the free agency that's going to be out there.
Well, one of my things is that I'm always going to go defense. Well, because a defensive player, that's going to be something prolific. That might make a difference. The defense will win a championship, but at the end of the day, if we continue to do what we're doing, actually, we're going to go higher and draft it.
Yeah, and that's really the sad part of it. I want to get your thoughts on this being a defensive guy. And you know that myself, Jimmy, and Roc, we talked about the missed tackles by this team week in and week out. Now, when I was now when we were in Buffalo, we never hit unless it was a scrimmage or it was a preseason and regular season. Guys would tackle dummies, but once the season started, Banks, the defense, they were pros. They were professionals. They never worked on their tackling because they knew how to tackle at that level. I just wanted to paraphrase it there. Now, Jonathan Gannon comes out today and says it's hard to practice tackling under the current NFL rule. He basically states that with the new collective bargain agreement prevents defensive players from becoming better tacklers. So I understand you have to hit, but you can hit dummies or whatever. But my whole contention was, once you become a National Football League pro, if you don't know how to tackle and you're not intense, then I don't care how many drills you have during the year to become a better tackler. You better know how to tackle. It's like when I got to the pros, I better know how to throw the football. I could practice my routes, but if I didn't know how to throw the football, I wouldn't make that team.
Well, I mean, you got to understand this. When you think about tackling, and nowadays they're always trying to protect everybody. So when you think about that, they're not going to do the same thing that we would think back in the day. Then you've been back in the day.
Sure.
So we always had that formality, and we, in our mindset, we will be hitting people the right way. We will approach people the right way. But nowadays, you can't do that. Case in point, when the Miami guy hit the tackler, he actually hit the guy the right way. But because of what the outcome was, it wasn't the right thing. But what can you do about it?
Sure.
Yeah, what can you do about it? If I duck and you duck, so what can we do about it? And now, when you go to the Cardinals and what happened against the Texans, it was, I was always hoping, I told you this before time, I hope it was a good game. But they can tackle, they cannot. They do the necessary things, I put it this way, to win a ball game.
Banks, let me drop this one on you then. Do you find it interesting that teams who are in first place or battling for wild card spots, this is not a topic of conversation? It's a team that is in the basement, and so that's what they're trying to come up with.
And let me add to that. They're under the same CBA as the Cardinals are. And why did they tackle so well, tackle with more intensity, And then Gannon would bring this up. They're in the cellar dweller. And as Jimmy alluded to, you have all these other top teams that, they don't have trouble tackling. They might once in a while. But isn't it tackling a focus and intensity? Well, that's a great question by Jimmy. They're not having any issues tackling. They're under the same CBA agreement.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, keep it real. It's the next man up when you're dealing with all that aspects of it. And you're right. Like, why? I'm sorry. So why you not do the same thing as everybody else? But then that goes to the general manager, making sure the players are who the players should be.
Sure.
And the next man up. And we just haven't been there. Let's keep it real. We just haven't been there. We are not going to be that team this year. We got 3 weeks left, and it's going to be crucial. We might go up in the draft at the end of the day, but hopefully the Cardinals understand that they have to have some players that are going to be the next man up and play some ball. We haven't been that aspect. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I've heard so many coaches over the years. We had Chuck Knox. I've heard the Mike Singletaries of the world. He said, look, tackling is a want to. Tackling is an intensity. I mean, you watch that Houston game, you have the defensive back, Singletary Jr., they're intense. They're getting people down to the ground. And I just see this, and I don't see that intensity to want to get guys down. I mean, you see guys bouncing off of each other, playing against each other. And I'm like, look, I don't care if you're a defensive back or who you are in this team, you got to come up and wrap up. And I have not seen that want to wrapping up. I mean, you see a couple times when you see some of the younger guys. I'm like, look, you got to make that tackle. Will Johnson, a couple times, he had a couple of old late tackles. I thought he was a matador out there on the field. Yeah.
Hold on. Manuch, you talking about Will Johnson. He actually had several plays. He had several touchdowns on him. And when you look at the play, if you're on the goal line, you don't ever let the guy go inside.
Yeah.
You just don't ever let the guy on inside. And then when you're on the goal line, your feet is planted, and then you go one way or the other. You don't always give the guy the aspect of making his opportunity real. And so, we to be real, we dealt with that. And it was ridiculous. I saw that whole game, and the Cardinals set up that and gave everything that the Texans wanted, especially on the goal line. And we can't do that. Yeah. And then Will Johnson is a guy that we expected to play some better ball.
I'm with you, Banks, 100%. Yep.
Yeah, at the end of the day, now where do we go from here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Where do you go from here?
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Let's keep it real. Let's change the regime. Let's go and get a new coach. Or, like you said, I think it was you. It wasn't you, Manuch.
No,
or maybe it was you. If we get a defense coordinator or offense coordinator and see what happens.
All right.
I think we got to change the whole routine.
They got to shake it up big time.
They do. They're going to have to do something, Banks. Yeah. Thank you, pal. It's always good, man. You always make the show better. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to keep it real. I got to keep it real.
Yes, sir.
If we're not winning, it's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
Bottom line.
Thank you, Banks. Talk to you next week.
Merry Christmas to you, Banks. We won't talk to you next week.
Oh,
We'll catch you in a couple of weeks there, big fella.
Oh, no. You guys are off next week.
Yeah, well, we're off Christmas Eve. And Roc gave us Christmas Day and the day after, too. How about that?
Big. That was nice.
So big couple. Thanks, Banks. Appreciate it, buddy. Happy holidays to you.
Big Banks is, by the way, presented today by Crest Insurance. And we remind you to tune in tomorrow, 1:30. It's the Crest Insurance Sun Devil Report. Crest Insurance serves clients nationwide, earning a reputation for exceptional customer service and tailored insurance solutions. You can get more information online at crestins.com. Again, that is crestins.com. When we come back, Lerner and Rowe, one call on the results of the State 48 Roofing. Get your call question of the day. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, ESPN 620.
Mondays belong to Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Live from Biggs America Bar and Grill in Peoria. The guys broadcast every Monday from 1 till 4, right in P83, across from the Peoria Sports Complex at 83rd Avenue in Bell. Then stick around as they host that night's football game. Food, drinks, prizes, and a shot at cash. That's right. Each week, 20 fans get a chance to roll the dough for $10,000. $10,000 Mondays. Biggs Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Be there.
I was in a wreck. I need a check. I was in a wreck. I need a check. I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm Attorney Kevin Rowe. Being in an auto accident is traumatic. You need to call the best law firm that has the experience to get you the best results. Call 977-1900. That's 977-1900.
Another Arizona storm season's rolling through. Before the next big downpour hits, call State 48 Roofing for your free roof inspection. Whether it's cracked tiles, flat roofs, or old shingles, don't wait for leaks to show up. State 48 Roofing is Arizona's #1 referred roofer, trusted for over a decade in both residential and commercial roofing. Protect your home, protect your business with State 48 Roofing. Visit state48roofing.com or call 480-268-4509 today.
Need to feed a crowd? Let Venencia's bring the flavor to your next event. We know you have a lot of options when feeding a large group. Ordering directly from Venencia's means you get the best service and the absolute best pricing. There's no per person fee. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll come up with a perfect plan to ensure everyone's well fed and happy. Grad party, office celebration, family reunion. Invite Venencia's to the table. Text catering to 411-24/7. That's catering to 411-247 or Venencias.com.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cards R Us and Find the Children.
Getting more as a My Lowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/125 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
It's the Lerner and Rowe one call, that's all call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
You can definitely practice that. In my opinion, it's a skill. This is a long dissertation on that, so I'll try to give you the cliff notes. But how the rules are set up, it's hard to get better as a tackler being in the NFL. I'll say that. And I will say this, because we tackle every day, drill it in some way, shape, or form, right? Because that's one of the top skills of any defensive player. There's no drill you can do that can mimic a game. There's not. It's too chaotic of an environment to drill it.
That is Jonathan Gammon on tackling. and it qualifies for our Learner in Row call of the day. Interact, need a check, just make one call. 602-977-1900. Always at learnerinrow.com. Remember, you get a free consultation. Learner in Row, one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Your response to that, Manuch, is?
Well, you got to have live hitting ever at practice.
Yeah.
So you got to have all that taken care of before you become a pro football player. Now, I do understand what he's saying, the way that they've changed rules and taken the head out of the game, which is good. But you can practice, as he said, they do practice it every day.
Yep.
But they can't practice live. Nobody practices live, going live during the week. You got so many guys that get hurt. But it's just interesting. Once we started our season, and I know we had Michael Bankston talking about the same thing, as a professional football player, tackling is nothing more. I understand the rules. You got to lead with the shoulder. You got to reinforce. So you hit the practice dummies all week.
Yes.
You do all that type of stuff, but it's an intensity. It's a want to. It's grabbing a guy, wrapping up, and getting him down to the ground.
That's the key right there.
That is
wrapping up.
Wrapping up. I see guys playing hard, but I don't see the intensity with this team. The want to. You watch the Houston Texans. Now you know why they're one of the top defenses at the run game, passing game. Those dudes are flying around. They're hitting you. The defensive back, that little defensive back, he's 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing pounds.
Talking about me
and,
again.
and he hogtied Michael Wilson down a couple times.
Yeah.
And the other cornerback, Singletary, he took down Trey McBride down a couple times, like they were wrapping up and they were aggressive. So you don't see the intensity, the wrapping up, the want to. Now, Buda Baker has always been that way, but he's missed a lot of tackles this year. Jalen Thompson, who looks like he's probably not going to play this year, he's missed a lot of tackles this year. So there's something fundamentally wrong with either their tackling practices or lack of tackling practices. But Gannon's got to realize once the season starts, there's not going to be any live tackling with your own players.
So why is he talking about it now, where teams that are in the top of the division or competing for a wild card spot, that's not even in their conversation?
No, it's not. Matter of fact, if you don't know how to tackle and you're missing tackles, it is the not for long league.
Right.
And I thought what Bankston said there, he said, hey, the next guy that steps up, whether you're a safety or linebacker, if you're in the National Football League, if you have trouble tackling, this isn't for you. So when Gannon brings that up and says, we practice our tackling with the dummies, well, even if the CBA was different, you wouldn't have live tackling anyway. I mean, it'd be too difficult. You're going to go scrimmage during the week. This isn't high school anymore. But even high school doesn't even do that. So I just think that whole thing, that conversation, that question is, then go find guys that know how to tackle.
Okay.
Go find cornerbacks that you draft in the first, second, or third round that, you can cover all you want, that want to tackle. And there's been guys in the league, some of the best corners ever were also good tacklers. So that's the key. It's either you go get better people, you get better personnel, or you vet them better to see if they can tackle versus having to go live tackling during the week, because it's not going to happen. I don't know. It's more wood on the flame.
I got
this
you.
Cardinals team.
I got you. What's on tap? Powered by Dos Equis. Tonight, college hoops. It's a dandy. Arizona State at UCLA. And you can listen to the game on our sister station, 98.7 Arizona Sports. All right, let's get you to the State 48 Roofing. It's your call question of the day.
Yeah, this one today, I thought that in light of so many surprises that are out there, one of the main surprises that you look at is, first and foremost, who is that team? Who's that one team that surprises you the most this year in the National Football League? So which NFL team has surprised you most this year? And again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter and or Instagram. Is it the Patriots at 11-3? Yeah, 11-3. Cellar Dwellers. Is it the Bears 10-4? I believe Cellar Dwellers.
They were
the last couple of years.
Bears.
Is it the Jaguars, who showed some progress, but they fired their coach?
Yep.
Get a brand new head coach, Liam Cohen. They're 10-4. Or is it the Broncos, who expected to, make the playoffs. Nobody expected them to be 12-2. Those are your choices. Just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter and or Instagram. All right, Connor. Which way are the peeps leaning?
So this is actually one of our more spread out poll questions we've had as of recently. It looks like as of right now we have a tie for first with the Bears at 10-4 and the Jaguars at 10-4, both 33%. And then you have a tie behind them with the Patriots at 11-3 and the Broncos at 12-2, both with 17% in the poll.
Seattle should have been on that list.
And it's just because the Bears first-year head coach, Jaguars first-year head coach, Patriots first-year head coach. Now, Vrabel has been coaching. Got to give him a little bit of
at Tennessee.
Now, here's the thing when I look at these teams.
Okay.
The off-season free agent moves and drafts that the Patriots had last year, the Patriots blew the doors off of everybody. Hey, Monty Ossenport, are you listening? Did you see what the Patriots did the offseason last year? Mike Vrabel came in and said, time out, fellas. We're going to go do it the right way. They went out and made some nice trades.
Yeah.
They had some great free agent signings. They had a good draft. They built on Drake May after last year, Gerard Mayo. I go, what the hell happened there? And then the Bears, first-year head coach.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah, Ben Johnson. Got a franchise quarterback there. Got a franchise quarterback in New England. Jaguars, first-year head coach Liam Cohen comes in. He's got what? Franchise quarterback. This was the year that they needed to see him go to the next level.
And he has.
And then the Broncos to be 12-2, second-year quarterback, franchise quarterback, Bo Nix for the Broncos to see what they did on top of all that. So every one of those teams, franchise quarterback, and let's see, 1, 2, 3 of the 4 first-year quarterback. I call that progress.
I would too.
Yeah, it's called progress.
Hey, everybody. Tomorrow we will have our Crest Insurance Sun Devil report with tight ends coach Jason Mons. U of A pre- and post-game host Glenn Howe, Oregon play-by-play voice Jerry Allen, and the sports professor Rick Horrell, along with Cardinals beat writer Howard Balzer. Manuch, where are we going to be?
We will be at the Twin Peaks over in Tempe, and again at Venezia's Pizzeria, all 7 Valley locations. As for the Wednesday special, 24 1-inch topping party pizza for only $28.99.
Thank you to everybody here at Venezia's in Tempe. We had a great time. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. ESPN 620, 98.7 FM, HD2.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time,